suggest changing the title to
Hang on, I'll see if I...
American Marine talks to British Marine or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Can you go? Can you change it? Can you go in there? What's up, chat? I see you guys popping in.
Let me see
This
if
is
I can
sick.
do it via... It is cool, isn't it? As
Yeah,
soon as I did one the other day, I thought, oh, I need to get STANIMUS on here, man. Because I didn't know if you
bro.
did the verticals or not. I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
I
really
love
good.
doing them.
I think it's
I
much
love
better.
doing these because your stream goes into the shorts algorithm, and then you see
Really?
all your shorts viewers. So as a
Ah,
shorts guy, I do shorts. When I go live on the shorts algorithm, I see all my shorts viewers pop in, and it's a vibe.
right. I think I've actually can change it, you know. Yeah, it is live with STANIMUS.
There we go.
Well, how do I do it? Oh, that would be handy if I could. You know, the
Don't
quality
feel.
looks really good as well, you know.
Yeah, we're just experimenting. I would like to try this another time with I go live and then I invite you
I'm happy. You know what
because
I'm happy to do?
here's my thoughts.
Mm.
And I'm not doing any dick measuring or anything. But when I go live on shorts, I get a lot of people. So I was wondering if I started it, and we'll do it some other time. But if I started it, then a lot of like we would get this. It would just be like, bam, out of nowhere. It's like 500 fucking people are here. You know what I mean? And it'll
It
be like, holy shit. Okay, what do we do? you
it would
know?
be algorithmically fantastic.
Yeah. No, I love doing it. What's up, chat? Okay, so you know what? I actually like it this way as a test, so
Yeah,
we can see what's up and we can talk to your people. Your people are all the military people. I don't
pretty
really.
much.
I was in the Marines, but I don't have like a military themed channel.
Yeah,
I just like do jokes and stuff. So
I think. When you first got in contact and I started watching your stuff, I don't think anyone would ever have like guessed that you're prior Marine, like you've been to
yeah,
Iraq and everything.
and I did some crazy shit too, but it's not
Yeah.
really like my
It's
it's
not
not
your
my
thing, is it?
identity as the creator, So I just not many people know. It's kind of a little hidden secret.
Yeah, I think you're a humble guy, man. That's what it is. Oh, I can change the title. What should I change it to?
There you go. Yeah, British Marine talks to American Marine. That will be interesting, especially with your channel and your people. I will say the reason why I started watching your channel, Ryan, as
Yeah.
an American Marine was British Marine gushes over anything America, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
I love
somebody's
this
not.
guy.
So finally, somebody is like seeing it for what it is and not just hating on America. Finally, thank you,
You know,
right?
at the
And it's
time, I didn't realize that you guys are going through like a lot of self harm and self hatred at the moment, and I kind of didn't realize that just me saying stuff was like a breath of fresh air of like, wow, people outside the US actually love us,
oh
like
yeah, we're
genuinely.
like born and raised. Everyone hates us. We're
It's
the
weird.
worst. We're fat, lazy, stupid Americans, and everyone hates us. So when there's somebody from another military that has a YouTube channel that's from another country, and they're just saying things um and setting aside a lot of, I think there's a lot of reasonable bias out there, but they're setting aside things and just looking at it pragmatically. And like when you'd watch those videos, and it's like, okay, what if Russia tried to invade the US? And then
Yeah.
you're talking about like, good luck. Good, like even if the US tried to invade Russia, that would be hard too. Like, let's reverse it.
Yeah.
um, I think there's going to be a little bit more of an advantage. However, invading a country is hard, and so you're
Invading
pretty
any country,
realistic
yeah.
about that.
Like,
You know?
because there's only so many resources you can initially push forward at one point. Granted, the United
Yes,
States can keep on pushing, like they can keep on pushing resources that way, but I don't know, man. It's like
it's
it's
a money
always
game.
easier to defend than it is to assault. I would say, and I know that's getting into too much military terms, but it's like
Right.
I just think, yeah, you try. I mean, look at the size of Russia for a start. Good luck on the opposite, like you said. America and Russia are just two massive areas, especially the coastline with the United States.
If
Like,
it's a land war, which it never would be in today, if it was like a land invasion, like some World War II shit, either side, it's going to be a slaughter fest just because of the modern technology that the defense has. Now, with that said, just a thought experiment I'm thinking of now. Okay, let's say we have a modern day invasion. So let's say like every troop that's
mm,
storming the beach has like 50 drones accompanying him with AI shit attached to him.
which
Like
is
let's go like nuts into the future, right? So
Terminator.
we have like a Normandy invasion, but each troop has like a computer backpack that's communicating with all these
Yeah, of
swarm
swarm
drones that
drones.
are,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's wiping everything out.
I don't know, that's crazy.
It's
It,
almost too effective that it would it would stop people from going that route. So I don't. It would be too effective to the point of people and militaries wouldn't want to fight that way. So it would change the dynamic of warfare by that being too effective. I
yeah.
imagine, like you say, swarm drones associated with every section of men invading somewhere, and the opposing side has swarm drones as
And
well.
think of the cost. What's the expense?
It'd be ridiculous.
Because like what's the current expense of like a marine going and I'm so my time was I joined in 2006 when I was 18 and I got out in 2010 when I was 22.
Yeah,
I'm 36 now. So it was a long time ago and I only did my 4 years, but I did go to
yeah.
Iraq and shit. And I like when I went to Iraq, I remember being told that and explained to like there's a cost associated to you. It's a very high
Sure.
cost, very expensive. And now I'm an entrepreneur. And so I think of things in terms of cost. And I'm looking back and I'm like, okay, what if we could take that same dollar amount per troop? Because we
Mhm.
have this budget and we can apply it, we could modernize it. And instead of applying it to all this stuff that's super inefficient, we can now modernize it and be like, okay, each troop that is a combat troop, not support, but just combat, whether they're infantry, artillery, or whatever. And each one of those troops has a certain drone allotment per troop,
Mhm.
and then they have, so what is the cost for those drones and the equipment and the training to get that troop in that place in that position versus the cost of a troop back from my era where I'm like doing manual
It's
artillery training.
phenomenal, man. It's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
like get an entrepreneur to go like
And
run
measure
the
it.
U.S. military and get super efficient. Like, what if Elon Musk got like went evil Doctor Evil mode, and now he works for the U.S. government, and he's in charge of making the U.S. military super efficient per soldier.
Well, if you
You
when we
know,
think of it, like we know, well, you don't have like a national health service as such, but the
only if you join
NHS.
the military.
Real? Oh yeah,
Only if you join the
Di-
military and got fucked up do you have
man,
that.
that's
Yes.
crazy. But it's like it's the same. It's like the NHS is like the military. It's almost designed not to be efficient. Like when you think about how many dollars and pounds get spent, because I've seen it myself. Like on camp, for instance,
Yeah.
there's a light bulb needs changing. Like I could go change that light bulb now for two
That's like a
pounds,
$500 light bulb. You know what
but
I'm
we're not
saying?
allowed. But you're not allowed to touch it because the contract is awarded to this company, and they're contractually obliged to fix it. But it'll cost them $500 and 3 visits. It's like, hang on, man. Like this is ridiculous. And but I see why it's done. People are making money, right? And I think the U.S. military must be bad for that as well. You know,
U.S. Navy guy's got it right. He says find the civilian equivalent price, then the government multiply the cost 1,000.
true.
It, it's true, especially with just the amount of money that's flowing. There's so much money to be made as an entrepreneur, and like, how do we extract it from the U.S. government? And
Mm,
there's people that think that way, and I understand the way they think. I get it. I don't think it's a good thing, but I get it. Uh, and they specialize on how do we extract money from the government, whether it's for constructing a new road
Yeah,
in some city or making weapons or just making gear for troops or something.
it's
Yeah, it
crazy,
gets
man.
it gets pretty expensive.
I mean, your budget, what's your budget like? 100? It's nearly a trillion, right?
I don't know. I
Yeah, I think
honestly, I
it's
haven't looked personally. I haven't looked at that in a minute, but I know that it's astronomical. And I know that we spend, from what I understand, what I've been explained to is we spend more than all the other militaries combined.
that's crazy, man. Yeah, it's
Um,
crazy.
I remember seeing one of your videos, Ryan, where it was another like infographic video of um, the United States Navy. And
Yeah,
I just remember one of the lines that you said. You said, "If you see the United States Navy coming at you, you're fucked.
you are.
You're dead."
I
Because we just
generally
have it's
don't.
so big and vast and overwhelming.
People don't realize though they think they understand when you say, "No, the U.S. Navy is big and powerful." Like they can't even visualize what one of those strike groups looks like in the ocean. Like we're talking 20, 30, 50 vessels, and like we've got aircraft carriers, we've got destroyers, we've got like massive vessels that are capable of just patrolling the ocean and like literally destroying countries. Those things from the shore. It's incredible. You
Luckily,
got
we're
like
not conquering the world. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, yeah, true. It's just but in terms of policing the seas, it's like them things are phenomenal, man. And
yeah,
it's not just
I
off my
mean,
own experience
a
of being
lot of
in the
people have a lot of things to say about America and the world police or whatever, but I'm glad it's not like Russia that's the world
exactly.
police.
That's what I said. If you talk
So
to
I mean,
people,
maybe we're not the best, but I think we're the best option.
100%.
Yeah,
If you
I'll
think
take it.
about like what the
And I'm
alternative would
biased.
be, I'm biased as well. Actually, am I biased being British? I don't.
That's why all us Americans love watching you, Ryan.
Because
We
I'm
want to hear
British.
someone reaffirm our own bias. All right.
Talking about talking about like Britishness. So you'll have like a coaster, right, for drinks to put on. We were talking about manliness yesterday, and I think well, it's not. I think I know. Like, there's certain things that make you manly, Stanimus. One of them, in my humble opinion, is drinking your tea or coffee, but not placing it on the coaster. You place it next to it. It never goes on the coaster. I think that's a real manly trait. I don't know what you would think about that. Is that a manly trait, or do you use the coaster?
It reminds me of like I could use a napkin or I can wipe my hand on my pants.
That is exactly what would. No, this is a YouTube series. I'm telling you, what real manliness looks like. You could use a napkin. You've got the napkin in your hand, but you'll place that down to wipe it on the pants. That's more manly. I like
Yeah.
that.
I saw this it was years ago. I don't know how true this may be. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast. He had like some special forces dude, American special forces, like a SEAL or something like that. And the guy who seemed really smart, a lot of our special forces guys are pretty smart. He said
Yeah.
something along the lines of in America, we don't have enough masculine men to fill the special forces uh uh
I think so.
like openings, right? We have all these different we need a certain amount of special forces operators, and we don't have enough qualified people to fill those positions anymore because of things like we don't play football as much anymore, which I
Mm,
understand. It's like, dude, we're giving like kids like CTEs or whatever it's called, right? I
yeah.
understand the concern from the parents and things like that, but there's the roughness of old American eras that is kind of going away, and it's
It's go.
causing us
It's
to. to manufacture less manly men, if you know what I'm saying.
I think it's a Western thing. Because if
Yeah.
you look at like China, and you hear loads of different things, but it's like rumored that they've got like military masculinization programs, and honestly,
Huh.
I wouldn't be surprised because masculinity is not toxic. It's actually quite healthy for society to have
Yeah, I'd
masculine
agree.
males.
100%.
Like
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
it keeps everything level. Keeps a lot of people happy and peaceful,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, for sure.
you
There's a
know, and
lot
I
of
think
benefits.
a lot of the uproar and a lot of the crap that's going on now is probably as a result of not having any masculinity is needed, man. You
We
look
need
at
some
like
manly men. It's going away. I think that it'll come back. I think things are going in phases. And unfortunately, we only get to live so long as individuals. So we're like seeing a period that we're not happy with. We would like it to be different.
yeah,
But some crazy shit's gonna go down. I believe in the like weak men make hard times and blah 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 blah, whatever, however that goes. I find some truth to that, and I feel like we're in like a peaceful period. Things are getting relaxed, and then shit's gonna go down, and then tough guys are gonna start emerging, and 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 it's just a like a wave of it.
I think
That's
so.
kind of what I feel. So, unfortunately, we have to deal with this period of peace, which I love peace and I want more peace, but peace breeds,
Softness.
it's a weird spectrum
You need
of
that happy kind of medium with it all, and I think,
yeah.
I don't know. I think I see it all the time now. You know where I see it a lot? And I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but let's say I go and do like some security bouncer work or something, or go and see a few friends who are doing that work still. The pub club scene is totally different now. Like when I used to go out in like 2005 to 2010, like all the guys were they seemed quite tough, you know. They seemed quite manly still. Whereas now, all the guys were, I was like, it was hard to kind of pinpoint who the guys were. They were drinking like champagnes and stuff as well. And I was like, man, we were drinking pints and then fighting. Like, you know, I don't want fights and
Wait,
stuff.
drinking and then fighting? Oh, wait, drinking and then fighting each other. Okay, got you. Sorry.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like rough and tumble. And I don't know, you just don't see anything like
Okay,
that now.
you said something about that earlier because you were talking about your experience with Marines and 29 Palms. And I think that we should come back to that conversation because
I
I,
think it's a good
I was
convo.
like, dude, I have so much to say about what you're saying. Listen,
I fired
in
you
the
right
in the
up.
American military, there's only a certain percentage of military in the American military that is actual combat. Okay.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like, and this is being super generous, but this is just from what I've heard. I'm regurgitating some stats here, and that is 20% of the American military is combat oriented.
really.
20%. So that means the other 80%, they're not
Logistics and
they're not doing
admin.
that. Legit, they could be serving chow, they could be truck
Yeah,
drivers, they could be comms. Now, with that said, and to not disrespect the support military, is that oftentimes a lot of, especially in times of war, the support military is going to get pulled away from their normal support duties, and now they infantry,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that happens.
yeah. It
So,
does.
for support military, U.S. military that's watching this, it's like, hey, I did. Trust me, I represent you. I want to bring you guys out there. You guys did some shit, but for other people, and no disrespect, it's all part of the machine.
Mm.
But some people served food, some people did the mail, some people drove trucks, some people
Some people.
were like supply, and like that's where you get your stuff from. Like you need to get your stuff, you go to supply, you get your stuff, and it's all part of the system that makes it all happen.
It's like
But
you've got people who do laundry in the military.
sure. with that said, I will, because you were talking, like, if we're gonna talk about who can drink the most, I don't know who you're hanging around, okay? But the Marines was founded in a tavern, okay?
I think,
Like, just saying, like, like we're fighting you fuckers, okay? And then we're in a tavern. This is part of, like, when you go to Marine boot camp, Marine Corps boot camp, we're like taught, like, here's how it started, okay? Those fucking British guys were trying to tax us. So we went into the tavern and we're like, do you want to tell them the fuck off? Sign up. We're gonna go shoot some fuckers. And we're not standing in a line and taking turns shooting at each other. We're gonna hide in the fucking trees and just kill them all.
Hey, and you
And
did
so
you guys. It's impressive because you guys did that like only consuming one beer. You came to that. You came to that. That's why it worked because you guys weren't really drunk, and we were. We were really drunk.
Stanimus, you're more handsomer live. Thank you. Hey, I got somebody that knows me in here at
There's
least.
a few people saying that they know you.
Oh, really? Okay, good, good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hello Kitty
Um,
says I've seen this guy on the right before. But is it in hang on, are you on the right? You're on the right on my screen.
I'm on the right. Yeah.
Are you on the right on your screen as well?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, right, let me see if I can change that
They
around
know
so
my face. Oh, okay. Okay.
everyone
The other
sees
thing I wanted
Stanley.
to talk about was when you're talking about Marines that are just like, I just want to kill people, right? 100% fact. Like, you go to boot camp. So when I went to boot camp, I went to boot camp in 2006, and then you go through. It's 3 months, and there's a lot of classes that you go through. Now,
Yeah,
one thing that they did before the class, let's say the class is about, like, hey, we're going to talk about the history of our uniforms. This is the Marines, and you must know, because we're super serious about our uniforms, you
yeah.
must know the history of dress blues. But before we learn about the history of dress blues, I know you guys are Marine recruits, nobody's looking. Let me put on a bunch of combat footage with tools overlaid on
Yeah.
top of it, right? Let's watch some fucking Hajis getting blown the fuck up and kicking down walls and breaking mirrors to see if there's hidden shit behind it. Let's watch some crazy shit get yo amped up. So we're watching it, and it's like, and we're just watching explosions and fucking firefights, and we're seeing all these Marines, and we're like, shit, dude, this is
What's
what the
good?
fuck I signed up for. I just want, send me, I'll kill them all, bro. Just
Yeah,
let me kill them all.
that's exactly
That
what it was
is
like.
like, before you, whether if you're supply and you're chow, you're a cook, you're gonna serve chow. Like, maybe that's what your MOS is, but when you're in boot camp,
That's what you get.
no, you're there to kill Hajis. I want to, you know what I mean? Like, they do brainwash you, and
So
they make you want to go to fucking war. And that's why we're all talking that way when you come over and you're all like British and level headed. We are not level headed. We
that's
want to kill. If they say, hey, there in this village, there's a curfew. If anything is alive and moving around past 7 p.m., kill it. I don't care if it's a woman, child, a dog. I don't care what it is. Kill it. We will happily slaughter everything. And
nice.
that, now, am like, I'm 36 years old. I've been out of the military a long time. I'm
Yeah, but
super glad I didn't fucking
you
kill
just went back
anybody.
16 years there.
Okay.
I
I
seen
didn't
that.
kill nobody, but I wanted to.
All
I
of you guys
wanted
did.
to. Dude, put a fucking 100 people in front of me, and I'll just like, like, give me the, I don't know what it was, give me a Mark 19, bro, and do. I'll go nuts, and then I will deal with all the feelings later. Okay, but that's the mentality they amp us up for during that time.
All of the guys I met at
I wasn't
29
even
Palms.
thinking that way before I joined. When I joined the Marines, I was like, fuck, I want to piss off my dad. Like, I wasn't like, I want to go kill all the Iraqis.
And this is, you know,
The
this
the
conversation that I
Marines
was,
taught me to think that way, dude.
the
And then now I'm
conversation that
older,
I
I'm like,
was,
oh, thank God I didn't fucking kill anybody.
the
So just to
people.
comment on that, that's why the reason why we think that way is because they make us think that way.
So, you know, just to give you some more context, this makes it even crazier. You know where we were when this distinct
29
conversation?
pumps.
Yeah, but whereabouts on 29 Palms?
I don't know. I
I
wouldn't
was
have any clue.
I was in the PX buying a water bottle.
Well, okay, it could have been some boot, you know.
It was
So it could have been
I
some
was
new
there,
guy,
and
but still, yeah.
the mentality is very very different. But in terms of the whole war machine, that like, and this is where, in terms of what you need, the U.S. Marines are more relatable to British paratroopers than Royal Marines.
I don't
That's
know the
probably never
difference
been
between the
spoken
two
about.
in British terms.
So a paratrooper, like airborne infantry, are part of the
Okay.
army. They
Okay.
are, you've got Special Forces Support Group, right? Which is where that's manned by Royal Marines and paratroopers. So one's Navy, one's Army, paratroopers airborne, amphibious commandos. You might think very, very different, but in terms of like a government, what we need as a product, we're the same with a different cap badge and a few slightly different skill sets, but we're interoperable. We do the same stuff effectively. Hence, we both man SFSG, Special Forces Support Group. But the way they are designed compared to how we're designed, the Royal Marines, the paratroopers 100% would get along just right with the US Marines. I'm not saying we don't, but in terms of mindset, we are very, very, very different sides of the same coin. The US Marines and paratroopers, I'm surprised this conversation hasn't actually happened before or isn't common knowledge. The paras
Yeah.
are pretty much like the US Marines in mentality, very, very similar. I don't know what we would be the equivalent to, though. I don't know what would be our equivalent in the United States. Are the paratroopers in the US equally as
Okay,
crazy,
I
or
I understand what you're saying because like I know all the different cultures with the different branches, and then through you, I've gotten some insight on different cultures from other militaries, but and also when I was in, and this is a long time ago, so very limited knowledge, but I did experience other countries' militaries that we were working with.
mm,
Um, the number one is I worked mostly with the Iraqi army. And
really?
those guys
Well,
are all
yes.
on
Well,
drugs and shit. And that was hilarious. That was so awesome. Um, anyways, I got stories, bro. But with like other militaries that are like operating with us in Iraq, during my time, it was
yeah.
very limited. I remember there were some Canadian dudes, some Australian dudes. It was very limited, and I guarantee you, all of them are looking at us like, dude, all those guys are brainwashed retards. Like, what the hell? The American
Probably.
military is nuts. But here's the thing. See, I used to look down on that and think that that was a problem. But now that I'm older, I look at it. I'm like, we need them to be that way.
You
We
need
need to
nutcases, yeah.
brainwash them all and get them all ready to go kill everything because
It
like
works.
I like point me at something, I'll fucking kill it. I don't care. No regrets, bro. YOLO. Okay. Like I will kill anything at the time. Now it's like, no way. So that's why we want them to be younger. But so
It's
I agree with it now. If we want a very dangerous force that will just go slaughter everything, I mean, the US Marines, that's
I
where it's
think,
at.
well,
That's
that's what they
that's why
design.
they're
That's
there. Do we
the
want a
product
more
works.
reasonable force? If you want a more reasonable force, you have to have more educated people and like more they pass certain psychological tests to get there, which is like you guys, right? So you
Yeah.
seem like the smarter guys. Um but you don't need them to be very smart if you want people you want your force to go slaughter
Gun
everything.
that direction, pull trigger.
Yeah.
Ah! Yeah,
Yeah,
it
so
works.
that's my thoughts on it. It's like what's the equivalent to Royal Marines? The equivalent, in my opinion, is probably going to be Marine infantry specifically.
Specific infantry is, yeah.
Specifically, Marine infantry. That's where you're going to find your more intelligent, more level-headed battle Marines.
So you know who
Marines that
came?
are support that need to like if you take a group of support marines and you make them do infantry shit, they're going to be way more wild than just actual infantry marines. They are very fucking
The,
highly
the
trained.
guys who did like swap drafts with us, we would send normally like weapons guys, platoon weapons or something, because they're the
Yeah,
instructors, they're the smart guys, they
exactly.
know the shit, they can train troops. We would normally send them guys that would come back. So, for instance, Delta Company at 40 Commando, the 2IC in charge of the company was always a recon Marine. Always.
That's a level beyond us. So recon Marines are that's going to get more special forces Marines. So Marines do have levels of special forces. We ain't no SEALs. SEALs are a very high level.
Yes.
But we do have now I might be dated because I think they've gotten rid of some things or changed some things around. But back in my day, we had MARSOC,
Yeah.
um, which is basically Marine recon or
Or
like
raiders.
they had like recon, like raiders and stuff like that. I don't know if we have that around anymore, but we had MARSOC, which is and recon, and we worked with those guys a little bit as an artillery unit, and we were basically just driving them around. I wasn't doing any of that crazy stuff. We would like be in Iraq, and then we'd have like a convoy of 7 tons with a bunch of these recon dudes or MARSOC dudes,
They're awesome,
and we'd
man.
drop them off in the middle of the desert, and then they like cross the road, and they have these like crazy things on their head where they can like and then like everyone knows what they're saying. They just like talk through the throat, right? It's
Yeah,
super
yeah, that's
sick.
right.
And then they would go disappear into the desert, and we'd pick them up a week later somewhere else,
Yeah,
and then they're all
them were
like
the
dirty
guys
and
that
stinky
normally
now,
got
and it's like,
sent.
what the fuck did you guys do? You know?
They
Um,
they were good, man. Like he was
yeah,
good,
but they were
and
all like massive. So in my unit, I'm artillery. We have the big mix of different body types, but the recon dudes, um,
stacked.
super fit, jacked, but also like just 10 times smarter than anybody in my unit. They were just super like I know you do a lot of boxing, right?
Yeah.
When you go to a boxing gym, there's a lot of people that are very talented because they've practiced a lot, and they're humble. They're not somebody who's gonna go starting fights everywhere. A fight
The
is the
opposite,
last thing
right?
that they want, even though that's what they train so hard for.
Yeah.
And that's the exact same vibe I got from the recon and MARSOC dudes in the Marines. It was these dudes are super fit. They're very highly trained. I feel like they could just like kill me with their bare hands, right? I'm just some artillery dude. And these guys, I'm just like, bro, like you're the cool kid. Like
Yeah.
it's not even about like what you can do or what unit you're in or anything. Like their vibe, their personality. I'm like, you're the cool kid I would want to hang around.
So like,
They're
just goes
so
to show
smart.
how big of a beast the United States military is, because I'm pretty sure you guys have got more Marines than we have our entire military. So
We have 200 this is dated numbers. I got out in 2010. Okay.
I
A
think it's
lot
like
of my information is dated, but we had 200,000 Marines,
that's
I
crazy.
believe. That could be dated. I know that we have 2 million army dudes or something, but the Marines is way smaller than our army.
So like the Royal Marines, our active numbers are
McDonald's
anywhere.
artillery, you fucking know it, dude. Here's a McDonald's French fry just for you.
Yeah, Ronaldo Cali.
I'm a civilian now, boy. I don't have to fucking do
We're
push-ups,
both
bro.
like mid 30s. We were born in the 80s.
I was born '88.
I was born 89, January
Oh, I'm your
89.
elder.
You are my elder, sir. We've had comments on our beards. How do we moisturize that? Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't moisturize this at all.
Just keep it clean.
Yeah, I
Clean
this,
it. Clean it every day. Keep it clean.
you've got actually. So what you have on the end, you, yeah. I, wow, I need that bit.
It actually goes pretty long. It goes way down here.
Mine hasn't got as much recoil as yours.
I
Yeah,
have
I need to get.
the reason why I button mine up into one is because I have a dwarf beard and it turns into two beards.
Does
So I
it?
could do like two ponytails or one pony. And
Also, yours goes to the
I,
side.
it's not my jam. I can't do the double dwarf beard, so I just pony it up into one.
Just get it braided. Get some
I've done it.
braided.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, STANIMUS
I'm a
does great.
YouTuber. I have to have like a look, you know.
You do?
So
I need to
this is my
reinvent
my
my
look.
look.
I'll shave this off. I'll shave my head and be an Eggman, but it doesn't work as well trying to be a fucking YouTuber.
No,
So I have to have a look.
you
You
do?
know, that's why I do it.
No, that's good, man. I'm aiming for the ponytail as well. Takes a
Oh,
long
are you
time, though.
okay? Well, good luck. Give it a few years. Don't shave it.
Yeah, I just
There's
want
another
a few.
McDonald's fry for homeboy.
You've got the. Have you actually got fries? Have you? Oh, I'm jealous. I need some fries, man. Oh,
I,
you actually
dude,
have.
homeboy called it with the McDonald's. He is not wrong. I'm
Damn,
giving him
son.
full credit here.
I need McDonald's now.
Artillery McDonald's.
We need to. I'm trying. You know what would be good? See, you know how there's software out there, like me and you are talking together. It would be good if, like, we could also watch stuff right now together on this screen. Like, just press a button and then bang, and just have a laugh.
That could be set up technologically, but it's not going to be through the short stream algorithm,
No.
which is what this is pushing through. It would have to be a normal stream. But regardless, I'm not against any of that. I would love to do that, dude.
Have
I
you?
like again because I messaged you to go back a little bit. I remember messaging you several times, like, "Hey, I'm a YouTuber too. I love your videos. I'd love to talk." And then you get so much stuff. As a YouTuber, you get so many messages. So I
I
didn't get
didn't
through very
reply
easily,
for
but
like a long
eventually I
time,
did.
right?
And yeah, like that would be rad. I would love to do something like that, but it's not going to be through the short stream.
Ah. And I see some
Yeah,
guys doing stuff. I don't know how they managed to get it through the short stream algorithm. It does. It's they're playing
it's
games and all
new.
sorts. You know
Yeah, it's
what you
new.
doing? What you doing work wise today? Have you got much stuff to do? Or
Oh, as a YouTuber,
yeah,
like what I'm doing. I'm still doing what I do, and that's doing amazing. As far as new things, I started another channel. I have an interviews channel
yeah.
that
I've
I
seen
do
like
where
you've
I
been around the concerts and stuff and 420 and that.
yeah, festivals and just interview,
That's
ask
cool.
funny questions. Like I don't have any. None of my channels are like military branded.
No,
So the being a Marine, going
I think it's a good
veteran,
thing
going
that
to
it isn't
war.
though. You know, I think you
What's
get.
that? Say that again.
I think the way you're doing it works real well. Like clearly, like for context, guys who are watching, Stanimus sent me, and I think you uploaded it onto Twitter. What? I mean, this is consistently as well, but at the peak of like any given hour, what kind of views are you pulling? And this is if before anyone, if you don't know this guy, wait until you hear this because this dude knows what he's doing, man.
I do pretty good with views. I'm doing about 100 million views a month. That's pretty good. That's a lot of views. I'm doing that. But that's all
God.
shorts. Yeah, it's a lot of views. But and I'm not. I'm not a military channel. However, if I did do a one, I think I would do just fine with that as well. So
I
it's
think
not
so.
really like it's. I don't think it's a like what you chose to do exactly. That's a big part of it, but I believe that
A
there's an
system.
audience behind it all. Yeah, I when I got out, dude, I was in the United States Marines, and my command was so stupid. I was very like upset when I got out. I was like, dude, why did I get the dumbest people of all time to be my command? So I was, so I was like, even to this day, I'm still kind of upset about it because like I just got these dumb people, and I have some stories that would boil your blood, bro.
Yeah,
That like unnecessary deaths of troops because of command decisions that's not even war related. Like equipment related.
yeah,
And you'd be like, that happened, and that guy didn't like go to jail, or like you'd be so mad if I told you some of my stories. So I was kind of bitter when I got out of like, I can't believe I just got the dumbest command of all time. But so that's one reason why I'm like very adamant. Like, I'm not going to make the military my defining trait of being a content creator. I'm going to do
I
it a
think
different
that's.
way.
I like the way you do it, man. Like I think I kind of tried to. I fell into this like I think a lot of guys do, not having a clue about any of it. It did really well because of I think initially the buy-in was I'm talking about the military. I just so happened to have been in the military, and that was people's buy-in. It worked really well. But then when it turns into a pretty big beast, like mine's nowhere near as much as yours, but it was enough to be like, whoa, this is doing. I'm doing really well out of this, you know. But
Yeah.
I didn't
No, I get
still
it.
didn't but I still didn't know what I was doing. Like and there was nothing I'd ever done before where I wasn't really good at it, didn't really know what I was doing, that it was working really well for. It was like the only thing I've ever done where I'm thinking, wow, if I didn't know what I was doing like this in the Marines, I wouldn't have made it. you know? But
Yeah. No,
it's just
YouTube's awesome, dude. Like I I I just met with a Marine friend of mine after we haven't seen each other since 2008. So a long time. And in 2007 we went to war together. So I just met
wow.
up with him and he moved to Colorado. I mean Colorado. He moved to
Yeah.
Colorado recently with his family. And then he shows up and then I opened my door. This was Saturday, Brittany? Yes, this past Saturday, I
Yeah.
met with a friend that and he was actually a superior of mine back in the
Wow.
day. Yeah. So, but now we're all civilians, right? So it doesn't matter. It's different. But he moved to Colorado, and then we ended up meeting up Saturday, and then he shows up, and I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, dude, you're old.
yeah.
You got like gray hairs in your beard, bro. Like what? And it was a crazy good time.
Nice man. It's good to
Yeah.
see people who you served with back in the day. I seen because I went twice in training because it was I didn't make it the first time in 2005 and I rejoined in like 2011, 2012. Um, and in 2012 there was some guys who I was in training with, but they were there as like corporals and sergeants, and there I was as a recruit. So by the time I ended up leaving, most of these guys were warrant officers, and it
Yeah.
was and I know it's nice to see, but I don't know. The UK is quite a small place, really, and I haven't really bumped into many guys who I served with. To be fair, not many. I only keep in touch with probably two
Yeah.
guys from my service. But other than that, I just I might get the odd guy
It's a
in the
crazy
DMs.
cultural thing here. So like it's not just a couple of guys. I know hundreds of people. It's
Wow,
crazy. Yeah,
and
a lot of us we like I was talking to my friend Hernandez, and he's talking about like how he with his current job, he's like doing some automotive stuff, and he was servicing some shop, and then there was a customer there, and then they were looking at each other all weird, and they were like, we were in training together, and there wasn't even like they were in the same unit, because in the Marines you do boot camp, then you do MCT, which is Marine Combat Training,
yeah,
or if you're infantry, you go to Infantry Training Battalion.
mm,
And then after that, um whether you're a pogue, which is person other than grunt, or you're a grunt, you go to your job school. So um
I'm guessing grunt is like you're an infantry guy
yeah, pogue is like a derogatory term for anybody
who's not
that
infantry.
does infantry or combat related MOS to talk shit on other Marines.
We've
Or
got.
I don't know if the Army does it, but I know Marines do it.
Do you know what
So if
ours?
there's a Marine and he's like a supply guy, then he's gonna be a pogue, and we're gonna call him a pogue. Like, you're a pogue, dude. Shut the fuck up. Like, you don't know
Would
anything. You
you know
you
what
didn't go
ours
do
is?
shit. Shut the fuck up, kind of a thing. What's up?
Would you know what like the Brits have
What
in
do you
that?
guys have? I have no
Have you
clue.
never heard? Right. So if you're like in the Marines and you're like a war fighter, as you guys would say, like you would be a gravel belly or a grav. right?
A
Gravel
what?
bellies are
Okay, a
always
gravel belly and a grav
gravel. So you know, like the gravel on the floor.
gravel.
Yeah,
Gravel.
gravel bellies because you're always hitting the deck and crawling. Or
A gr-
if you're if you're not that guy, and yeah, basically, you know what Marines are
a
like.
pogue.
Even if you are in the army, you're not the same. So we would call everyone else a hat. You're a hat.
Huh. A hack?
Hat. HAT. Like hat. You're a
Hat.
hat or a
You're
weapon.
a hat.
Yeah, you're
So
a
you're
hat.
either a gravel belly, which is awesome, or you're a hat, which is support guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so interesting. So it's either here it's in America it's your pogue. It's POG, person other than grunt.
I like that.
And
It,
it's just a like I'm older and I used to be very like militant about it, like, oh, you didn't do shit, you didn't go to Iraq and fucking be in danger, or you didn't deploy, or you did deploy but you didn't go do shit. I used to act like that when I was younger. Now I have so much more respect for everyone,
same man.
but regardless, right?
It
Like
doesn't matter, does
I've
it?
matured. But in my younger days, especially when I was in the Marines, I thought very highly of myself for being the combat
You
guy.
do. You do though.
Yeah.
It's like bred into you though to feel proud, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I'm still proud, but in very different. Like, I'm proud of my kids and stuff, you know. But it's
e-
like
exactly.
this. I don't know if you guys held on to something, but this is like the holy grail in the Marines, man. This is what we. If you ask any Marine, this is what we want.
That's your funny little beret, right?
Funny little beret,
Yeah. No,
and
no
and
disrespect. It's totally rad.
and people who
I'm just
don't.
picking on you.
If you haven't, if you want to find if you're a Walter Mitty or not, or a stolen valor, you'll probably wear your beret like this.
I have so much stolen shit from the Marines, so if you're a Marine, you'll appreciate this. I stole an AOOD, so
Oh
not
man,
AOD, but AO. So this is a band
I
that you
stole some.
wear when you're like going around the barracks. I don't know why it's hanging on my wall. It's just some shit that I stole. But
I
I
stole.
also stole one of these. So if there's a Marine that in the chat, I don't know if the Army had these. Sorry, Army. I don't know anything Army. Okay, so I apologize. I'm a Marine, and we think we're the best. And I closed my brain off, and which which I shouldn't have done, and I wish I didn't. But I'm Marine brained. But we got these. So danger, stay back signs. So we used to have these on the front of all of our trucks. So it says danger, stay back in English, and then it's also in Arabic. And basically it says get the fuck away from our trucks if we're convoying through, or you might get shot. Like don't fuck with us, kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
I've seen the
Do I have anything
videos.
else? Let me see. I don't really have a whole lot of memorabilia, but I'll see if I have anything laying around. Oh, I know I have a guide on.
Did
You know
you
what a
steal
guide
or
on is?
did you steal or did you tactically acquire?
Yeah, no, almost everything tactically acquired. Yeah, 100%. Like it is 100% stolen. Oh shit. Where is it?
I
I
like
don't know
how
where
it
it's
gives you
at. I
the
have a guide
opportunity.
on. So in the Marines, we have these things called guide-ons. It's a big stick with a flag on it, and it's got our unit flag. Like we're like I was in Bravo battery, so we'd have a Bravo battery flag, but there was an Alpha battery that was in a barracks right next to us, and somebody stole that shit, their flag, and you cannot get if you get your flag stolen, whoever's on duty wearing that thing over there, this little badge, you're so fucked if your flag got stolen.
I
Some
left.
drunk asshole stole the flag, and then they're like giggling, and they brought it to my room because my room was the safe room where no one's gonna mess with us.
I
That's a
left
whole other
America
story.
with a flag.
So I had to hide the other unit's guide on in my barracks room, and if I got caught with it, I'm gonna get like shot. I'm not really gonna, but I'd feel like I would be in the most deep shit ever
Yeah, you're getting
if
screwed.
they caught me with this thing and they hid it in my room. Like I didn't even steal it. So my idea was, okay, I need to get rid of this thing. So I put it in my car, and when the weekend came around, I was able to drive home
Hang
because
on. So
I
I
was
need to get
stationed
rid
in
of.
Camp Pendleton,
I need to
which is
get
in
rid of this thing by basically properly acquiring it and taking it
So I
home.
gave it to my dad. I went home because I just so happened to live close to Camp Pendleton, which is where I was stationed. I grew up in Orange County,
Oh
which is
wow,
a town. It's where like Disneyland is. So
the
where
Orange County
Disneyland
chopper.
is in California. Yeah, like Disneyland, California,
Wow.
right? So where Disneyland in California is, that's about 60 miles from Camp Pendleton.
So
And I
where's
was
that in
stationed.
like? We're
Yeah, I
talking
got
Vegas.
lucky.
Is that like near Vegas and stuff? Am I being stupid?
Vegas is not Vegas is a few hours drive away, so it's pretty near it
So you'll
if
have
you
like
wanted to go.
been to San Diego and stuff like that as well, then I'm guessing.
Yes, so Camp Pendleton is in San Diego,
Oh really, mate? You know something?
and I grew
I
up
love
north
San
of San
Diego.
Diego.
I absolutely love that place.
So I was able to take that guide on, and on a weekend when I had off, I went and drove it home to get rid of it because there's nothing I could do on base to hide this thing. So I took it off base and took it home, and I'm like, Dad, this is yours. You can have it. This is Alpha's flag. I'm Bravo battery. I'm not Alpha battery. It's
Congratulations.
it's some other unit's flag, and I still have it because he
That's
gave it
awesome.
back to me many years later. He's like, "Yeah, I still have this thing that you gave me
I
to
think
hold
Marines
on
like to
to."
stitch each other up, man, big
And
time.
I
If
didn't
it's,
even steal it. I just didn't want the smoke.
I
So
got,
yeah. Semper
I
Fi, Wolf. There we go. We got a Marine in the chat. There we go. You know all about stealing shit. If we're
who's
gonna
Marine?
talk real Marine Corps, like see, okay, we got Gen Get Commando,
That's what it used to be. Yeah,
used to be, um, uh, British Marine, British Royal Marine, and then we have United States Marine. We are so delinquent. It's all about stealing. That's it. Like all we do is steal shit.
I appropriated a lot of things. This is I've got a story about the Delta Company core flag. Like it's a big deal, and it ended up in my suitcase coming back from the States. And I was too scared to hand it in because I thought, fuck, they're gonna think I stole this thing. And you know how the Marines are. We're big on flags and like you can't. Like
Tradition.
I
Yeah.
couldn't hand that in because I would get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I would get in the shit. So it accidentally ended up in my house on my wall in my bedroom.
Accidentally. Where is it? Brittany, do you know where the Guidon flag is? This thing that like I'm wondering if I could find it. It might be in my garage. It's either in the garage or in the back room. Yeah, I'm not gonna go find it. Fuck that. But yeah. No, I was just talking to my buddy, and he was just saying this like, "Hey, remember when we were in Iraq, and then we had like all these tankers? So we had these they made us take off our camis, our like our regular Marine uniforms,
Yeah,
and we had to put on these tanker suits that were just all completely tan. So going from our normal Marine uniform in Iraq with no, they said it's because we don't want our names on our camis. So if you get captured, that you
yeah,
don't have an
true.
identifying name or whatever. I don't know, some shit like that. But we wore these tanker suits, which are way more comfortable than actual uniforms, which was rad. But the only reason we got them, and I found this out literally a week ago, was because they all got stolen. So all of our shit. So we were in a Marine Corps Expeditionary Unit, a MU, the 13th MU on the ship called the Bonharm Richard, which has recently burned down. If anyone looks it up, there was this ship in San Diego that caught fire. And it's an LHD-6, which is basically a aircraft carrier for vehicles that take off vertically.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
like jets that fly off. It would have to be a jet that goes up and then goes, or a helicopter. That was the ship that I was on, and the shit burned down. Anyways, when I deployed to Iraq, we went on the Bunaham Shard, and we had all the support ships and stuff, and we went to Kuwait, and we unloaded all of our shit, and then from Kuwait we pushed to Iraq. My unit, we had a bunch of cool shit and a bunch of trucks that were convoying to where we were going to operate, and it got blown up. So we lost
Damn.
all of our shit. And I had no idea the shit that we lost. I heard that one of our trucks got blown up, and I was like, ah, fuck, that sucks. Hernandez tells me this past weekend, he's like, yeah, dude, we had TVs, we had air conditioners, we had balls and frisbees and all the dope shit. That's what they blew up. They didn't blow up like our ammo or our anything. They blew up our fun stuff.
That's awesome, man.
So, and then him and another Marine named Howell went somewhere and stole a bunch of shit and brought it back. And that's why we all had uniforms and all this other stuff. And I
Someone
had no
saying,
clue. I thought it was just all because I'm a boot. I'm not in the Marines. We call it a boot. So if you're in the new guy, you're a fucking boot. And if you're a boot, that's a problem because you don't want to be a boot. But I was a boot when I went to Iraq, so I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything was going on. We went on a mission. I knew like the basic thing. I didn't know why we were doing it or anything.
you
They're
know,
like,
it's strange
sit
that you
behind this
mentioned
machine
that.
gun. You guys go do this for fucking 8 hours. And
How
I don't know,
old were you though?
19. I was
See, I can
19. I'm
understand that.
36 right now.
When I first joined the Marines, I was like 16, and honestly, I was on a podcast the other day, and it was talked about, and said, how did you find like indoor training and stuff? And I honestly, at 16 years old, even though I was going through the process, if you were to ask me what would you do, what do you think you'll be expected of you at the end of this training, and you go to a fighting company and a fighting unit, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't be able to answer them at that age. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue. And that's scary when you think that like guys who were of age got deployed straight to Afghan, and I wouldn't have had a clue.
Yeah. I
I
had no
think
clue.
age is massive, massive thing in the military. For just that maturity level, and that's when I rejoined at 22. Completely different age, completely different.
If you're joining at 22, it's better if you're joining something that needs more reasonability. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a
Because
bit more
there's certain jobs
responsibility.
where you don't want them to be so reasonable. That would
Yeah,
not be good.
yeah. True.
So, I look at it from the perspective of a person and their life and their individuality, but I also look at it from the perspective of we have a machine and we have a mission that this machine needs to accomplish, and there's
Mm,
human beings being fed into it. So I look
yeah,
at it both perspectives and get both. I get it from the human level. I also get it from the machine level, like bodies don't matter, send them to go die kind of thing, which is messed up, but I it helps me understand why
yeah.
with a lot of stuff.
I know it comes with age, though, doesn't it? You have more
Yeah,
empathy,
definitely with age, because I would not be able to agree with that stuff when I was younger.
and
100%.
if we think about like being effective in the military people get confused with your feelings and being effective. Like
Yeah.
we don't, as a 35-year-old, I would disagree with a lot of things that was asked of us when I was younger, but that wouldn't necessarily make me or the company or the troop more effective at doing what they need to do. Sometimes you need to do nasty shit and they don't care about how you feel about it. And that's why I think younger guys are actually better at that because they don't care about thoughts and feelings as much
The
at that age.
green machine. Dude, this guy's talking about the green weenie. Sorry, Ryan. I
It's
saw
fine,
a
man.
comment. This guy's talking about the green machine. Do
Does
you guys know the green weenie?
I'm interested. This isn't showing up on your stream, is it?
What's not showing up on my stream?
So sorry, you know how we're live now? It's show, are you seeing my chat or are you seeing your own
I'm
chat?
watching your chat. I'm reading your chat.
Oh, yeah,
I
right. So
think,
it's
or
not
maybe
like
I'm
your
reading my
own.
chat. How many
Huh?
viewers does your side say? Mine?
158.
Okay, we're on the same thing. We're sharing. We're on
Ah,
your
that's
stream. I believe that I'm a guest on your stream.
right. So like on TikTok, you have to go live on your own, don't you? And then you come
Yeah.
together. I wonder why they haven't
Huh.
done that.
Maybe they have a different philosophy. I don't
So,
know. I don't have any opinions on any of that yet. I'm just
mm,
trying it out. So if this ends up on your channel afterwards, that's going to be really interesting. It'll help me understand how this works.
true. It's it does
Your
something.
channel is very like if we did a military stream on my channel, I mean, I'm a vet. I went to war. I did all this shit, but my channel's not about that.
No, no.
So if we did like veterans or talking like British Marine and American Marine compare notes type of stream, I don't think it would be as compelling on my channel
That's
as
why
it
I
is
think
yours.
if
This
I
is the
ever came on
perfect
yours,
stream for your channel.
we could just jump on with your kind of theme and genre, and loosen up a bit.
Maybe, I'll 100. If you wanted to do it, Ryan, we'll do it on my channel. But
I'm happy
I
to.
am, I am more happy to do this on your channel because
Hmm.
this is the military channel,
Yeah, yeah,
and you're a Marine. I'm a Marine. This channel is about you being a Marine and having an opinion on military shit, which is
yeah.
why I'm a viewer. For anyone watching, I'm a viewer of Ryan before a friend. I became a friend after because I'm also a YouTuber. I've got my own channel. I love what you're doing, and I would just love to. It was actually just like I want to help you with your channel. That's what it was. I'm
Stanimus is
pretty sure.
like the I would say we became friends, but it was through actually, the talk that you give me was like a hard marine. That's when I seen the bit of marine. It was like, no, dude, what you're doing is shit. We need to
Yeah.
change it up,
Well,
and it
I
will
felt like I
work.
could get away with talking to you that way. I felt
But what
comfortable.
with regards like the information you've got on shorts and stuff, absolute guru. Like it work. It's work. I've seen it work for countless people who you do it for, and it's stuff that you think, nah, that's not going to matter. No, the little details on shorts
Oh, they
really,
matter.
really do. It's like it's such a skill set, man, and
I've
it's
gotten a lot,
really
Ryan. If after all this, like this is so fun. I love talking to you on your channel in front of everybody. But privately, if you want to talk about YouTube Shorts, I'm 10 times better than what you're gushing over right now. I got better, way better, and I can
I
help
know, I
you.
know you are
I'm
the.
not like, yeah, I'm
I'm,
it's crazy how much better I am, so I can help you even more. I can update you. I'd more than happy to do that. I would love to do. It'd be a pleasure. I'm very good at this shit.
Someone's just
Very
called
good
you
at the
the
YouTube
algorithm king.
shorts algorithm thing, bro. All right, I'm gonna spill this out for everybody. You know what? Here we go. This is for everybody. Anyone interested in the shorts thing? It's a
Listen in.
4-step process. This is it. Okay. Idea. Oh, there we go. He's gonna write it down. It's idea. Like, why is the video cool? Let me give you an example. I do a lot of Karen videos. So let's say there's a Karen, an American Karen, and she's freaking out. Maybe okay, this American Karen is Terminator 2 running across the parking lot at somebody inside of their car. Like I'm talking, let me see if I can set my phone down for this. I want to demonstrate. Okay, here we go. We have a I'm Terminator 2 Karen, and they're like bum rushing, running straight at the camera. That's hard to look away, and you immediately understand like this is a Karen that's Terminator running at the camera. That's hard to swipe away. So that's idea and hook all in one. It's how cool is the idea for the video, and what is the hook that causes the viewer not to swipe away and
Hmm.
they stay. A Karen Terminator running at the camera, nobody's swiping away that. So that's the
Actually,
first two.
I need to do Karen Terminator.
Yeah. The third step is however long the video is, the people they watch till the end. So you just gotta keep them watching till the end. And then at the fourth step is at the very end of the video. They were like, that was sick. I want to watch another one. If you don't miss any of those four things, you go viral. That's how it works.
It's true.
And
I
it's that
think
simple. It makes sense when you think about it. It's like, of course, it's okay. That people are swiping shorts. How do you make them stop moving their fucking finger? Oh, wait. Ooh, this got my attention. You got 3 seconds.
I think British people like me. I'm quite stoic and stern faced and easily swipeable. And one of my kids is going crazy in the back room. I can hear them kicking off. It's dinner time, and can you hear that?
No.
Man, she's a little tinker. But yeah, I think it helps. Like your personality helps as well. It's it's not it's difficult to be different to what you are. I've found if you're already out, like I might be wrong in judging this, but I think you're like a quite a happy-go-lucky guy, quite out there. I don't know. Is that accurate or is that your YouTube persona?
It's developed, man. It's
Mm,
developed. I am a much more stoic, keep to myself type person naturally
yes.
because I want to be a YouTuber and entertainer. I have become more outgoing and
Yeah. Yeah.
more everything because I want to win at YouTube.
I
If it
guess
weren't
it's
for YouTube, I would be such a worse person. Or was
Tim.
it for or Twitch too? Like as a Marine that and I have my own fucking stuff that I deal with, okay?
Sure.
And and without getting into that, like anyone that's a vet, they know it's like, dude, you're a vet. Like there's a lot of like just, you know, there's a lot of things people are dealing with. One of my ways of dealing with it is YouTube, and YouTube helps me become a more extroverted person.
Yeah, I get that.
Even though naturally I'm an introverted person, I force myself to be extroverted
Tim.
because I want to entertain the people. I love
Yeah.
this shit.
You
I
know what
love
I find?
entertaining the people. I see the chat say, "Bro, you make me feel good." It's like, good. That's what I
Yeah.
want, and it motivates me to double down on that and become more of a person for the people. But it is a skill that's developed. It's not some natural. For some people, it's more natural, but they still have to develop it further. And that
Mm.
is being the charismatic, magnetic person on the camera.
But you've got it. I think you're a likable person, man. That's what
I
it is.
developed it. Yeah, I
I
was I
think
was not. I was shy. I
people want to
remember
cuddle
recording
you. People
videos.
want to hit
My
me.
wife's over there, right? And I'm sitting here recording my videos, doing my thing, and then
Nice.
I'm trying to do my lines, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, because I'm new, and I'm like, don't look at me. Like it's I can't record. Stop looking. Don't look at me.
I get that.
Okay. Like I started out just like anybody would.
Yeah.
Okay, I developed it because I wanted this so much, and I still do. Being a YouTuber is a dream job.
I think it's the best job out there.
Yeah.
It's
Lyric
just
Boss says this. I love stealing videos. Hey, check this out. I get permission for my videos. Um, that takes getting permission for the videos takes so much more time than actually recording the video. Just saying, like recording the video is the easy part, although it's not easy. Try and be interesting and make people like you. But all of my videos, I go and I track them down. I say, "Hey man, I want to use your video. This is how I'm going to use it. Can I use it?" And they say yes, no, or they say nothing. I get mostly
wow.
yeses. That yeah, it's very time consuming, but it's very ethical.
I didn't
So
know that that's what you
when I
actually do.
react to somebody's video, because we're both reactors, but
Yeah.
when I react to somebody's video, like a short or something like that, they see the video and they're like, "That's the guy! I've been waiting for him to react because he asked me and he said he was going to do it." Versus them going like, "Who is this motherfucker who stole my video?" I don't do that. I ask.
Wow. That
I
I can
ask.
imagine that being extremely time consuming, man.
It's the most time consuming part of my operation for sure is
Wow.
finding the videos that I want to use and then figuring out who owns them, because 9 times out of 10 they're fucking freebooted by some asshole. So I can ask the freebooter, "Hey, can I use the video that you stole?" Or I can go through the effort of saying, "Okay, let's figure out who owns this video, who uploaded it."
Yeah, I
So
did.
anybody saying you steal videos, like, bro, I ask permission,
I
and
did.
I could move 10 times faster if I didn't.
I reacted to an outdoor boys video. Oh man, and it like he's one of my favorite channels. Right, I love the outdoor boys channel, and I reacted to a video. And if you watched that in particular video, like I didn't just give him like every prop under the sun. Like I was watching that as a pure diehard fan. Like I
Right.
loved that channel, man.
So do
And it
I.
got and out of the 1,000 videos I did, that was the only one that got copyright striked, right? Which is it's fair. It's his channel. It's his
Right.
video. I get it. He has the right to do that.
If
But
you
when I
just
sent him,
ask, if you're
I,
able to get into his email and let him
I
know what you're
emailed
doing.
him, and I have no problem saying this now. Nicest messages and stuff like that, and everything. And I said, look, if you look at my channel, you see it. I'm not taking anything away from you. I'm putting stuff. Hopefully, I can add to you. Yada yada yada.
Yeah,
Wrote really nice emails. Didn't get back to me. Wrote them again, again, again. And
because he's
said,
busy.
I said, if we can get this resolved, I would love to get resolved. Man, the worst, horrible reply I could ever have wished for.
From
And
Luke?
yeah, yeah, which was surprising because I even said it as well. I'm not going to stop being
From
a
Luke or a
fan.
company that represents Luke?
It was Luke himself, yeah.
Okay, okay.
And I get it, and I still don't have any ill feelings because it's his channel. I'm like, listen, sir. He asked me to delete him. He says, I've got no problem. I will delete that as quick
What
as
if you
possible.
see? Here's that's why I ask, right? So if you ask and then he says, "Fuck no, don't react to my shit," that's radioactive. Don't fucking. He's gonna come after you. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
and I did a
So
bit
it's
more
like it's
reading
like a
into
way to test out to see if someone's going to be mad about it. Some people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, dude, please react to it.
well, this is
Give me a
where
link when it's up. I want to watch. I'll
in
subscribe." Yeah, and then other people, to me, when I ask, they'll be like, "Absolutely not. Do not react to my videos. No one's allowed to do that." And then I say, "Hey, thank you for the response. I won't react to your video. You got
yeah,
it. This is why I
it's to
asked."
me it's a shame because I think obviously we get it, right? I understand why people don't initially get it, but in truth, man, like if you look at channels, if I had the skill set to create a channel, I've got a couple of ideas in mind, by the way, of channels that are non-react. If I got that to a point of where I'm making good content, guess what I want? I want 30, 40, 50 channels reacting to that content. And
Not
we
everyone
all know
thinks that
why.
way. So and so if you could just respect that people think differently, then
Yeah.
when you ask, you can get the thing that they think. Most people are actually cool with it. It's very small amount of people that aren't. So if you and you can find out by asking, and when it's either you get three answers, a yes, a
Yes.
no, or no answer at all. Okay,
True,
those are the
yeah.
three answers. If you get a yes, you're good to go. If you get a no or nothing, you're not good to go, and you don't fuck with it.
True.
Then you're good, and you don't get any copyright strikes. And then when you react to stuff, and it goes live, and then like a copyright holder sees it, they it with the way I do it, they're going to be like, "That's the fucking guy that asked." Like I have a feeling that like Luke, because I've had this happen a few times. Luke seems like one of the guys that would be like, since you're the only person ever to ask, yes, you can. No one else in the world can, but you can. And I
Mm.
get that all the time because I took the time to ask, and it matters so
Did you
much to
have
people that
you
worked
have
hard
you
on their
reacted to any
videos.
of his content? Have you?
I haven't, but
Ah,
I want to ask now. I'm gonna put it. I have a
ask
whole
him.
system
I'm
for
going
it.
to
So
tell
I'm
you
gonna take
something,
his
right?
content. I'm gonna take his channel. I'm gonna put it in my pipeline for getting permission, and we'll see if we get a yes or a
I
no.
was so upset because I'm not joking, man. The boost that my channel needed at the time. So put it this way: I average between 3 to 10,000 hours of watch time a day, right? That day, that one day where I reacted to his video, wasn't expecting it at all. I got 60,000 hours of
You
watch
have to think
time.
about it from his perspective, right?
I do. I
So
get
from
it
his
now.
perspective, he's like times 500 you every day. So you're just like nothing, small
Nothing. Yeah.
potatoes, and you're like leeching off of his shit. That's his perspective. I
Yes.
get where you're coming from, but I think about where they're coming from too, and that's where I get in with these guys. Now I just want to I want to comment on this guy. Actually, an American Marine. I know. I got out and I eat. I drink too much late at night, and then I take my YouTube money and then I buy McDonald's. That's my problem. So you know,
Tim, you know what
but
I
I was
think?
in the Marines. You
I,
fucking
I
motherfucker.
think people forget like
Yeah, I got out and I got
we
fat
got
and
out
hairy,
and
bro.
we yeah. It's like people say that it's like, well, yeah. Do you think? I mean, it would be pretty impressive. One, if you wanted to stay the same, if you wanted to stay like you were in the Marines, you wouldn't be out. Let's face it. Like that's
Yeah.
how I look at it.
No,
Like,
I
no, I
wanted
can't.
desperately to get out. I was in the Marines, but I wanted to get out so badly and start my life because
Same.
I'm not very good with authority. So that
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so
I'm exactly
I'm
the
not good at
same.
authority, but I went and joined the Marines. It doesn't. That's my 18-year-old logic. But I joined at 18 and I got out at 22. I'm 36 now, and I've done a lot of shit.
Good stuff, man.
While I was in the Marines, I did some shit. Most more than most Marines. But after I got out of the Marines, I did more than the vast majority of Marines to ever exist
Hey,
with my personal life. Just
what
throwing that out there.
what do you think of this, Stanis? Because you are the algorithm guru, and there's no surprises in the algorithm, is there? Things just work. This is what this current stream's doing. So, and it's got a shape to it. That's what it's currently doing.
It's gonna do it again. That's what
Yeah.
my streams look like too. That's the shorts live stream algorithm.
So,
It'll
and
do it again if we stay live and keep going.
at the same kind of bit, it's going to do that around here type thing.
In theory, yes.
So yeah, so there's no secrets to this shit. It's just time on deck.
Well, there are secrets to it. One of them is how compelling is the concept. I think our concept is pretty compelling. It's British Marine comparing notes with American Marine, and that's what your channel's about. So that when you invited me to be on here, content brain me, I was like, hell yeah, dude, that would work perfect. And those two humps that you've seen, look very similar to my streams. When I do a short stream, I'm usually live for an hour to 2 hours, and I'm getting 30,000 viewers over the whole stream, not at once,
How many?
usually.
Sorry.
So by the time the stream is over, I'm 40,000 viewers. If I'm live long enough and it's interesting enough, I can have up to 100,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm clocking in at about at the moment 77 minutes, 5,000.
I think you're doing
Haven't
good.
done this in a
You're
long
doing great.
time.
Yeah, you're doing fantastic, Ryan.
That's pretty. I'm happy with that. I
I would be.
myself. I let my channel go down for about well this year. Basically, this year's been a write off. I've got it back in terms of like the schedule and everything this past 2 weeks. And you know something? When I look at my out analytics and think, wow, all I had to do was sit in the chair, man. Like,
No, I mean it's not a sit in the chair. It's do something cool.
yeah, I've got a
It's
lot of good
not that. No,
ideas
you're
in the
wrong. You're
pipeline.
fucking yourself over, Ryan. Ryan,
Yeah,
don't make yourself believe that. If you go live, do something sick.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, these people are here for you. They are loyal to you. Don't just sit there and do something mid, man. Like care about these people that might show up for you and give them something good. Go out like that. You went and did your own Outdoor Boys video, and that's one of my favorite videos I've ever seen from you.
Mm.
Do I think that that needs a lot of work with
Lots of
how
work,
you're
yeah.
going to shoot that video? Yeah, but you started doing it, and I thought it was sick, and I think you
Editing
can go
stuff,
better
yeah.
than that.
I
What if
think
you
I've
live stream that? What if you did a live stream like, "Hey, I'm in the middle of the fucking wilderness doing some crazy marine shit." Okay? Like people will show up for that cuz it's way cooler than like, "Hey guys, I'm just sitting here chilling talking about the fucking war or something." Like so on my channel when I go live, I try and do something different for them every single time.
yeah,
Every
true.
time. If it's the same thing over and over and over again, it gets boring and they're not going to like it as much. And I'm here for them, dude. I want them to see cool shit. So I try and take some time and put some effort into like if I'm going to be live even vertically, on a stream, I want to do something sick. So like this conversation that we're having, I think it's so much cooler than what the original stream was.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
You're more excited. You're like, hell yeah, this is awesome. You're having way more fun personally as Ryan, and this is your channel. And because Ryan is having way more fun with this, so are the viewers.
Mm,
Just saying, like that. You get. I care so much about them. I want them to have a good time. Everything I do on YouTube is about like, how do I make them entertained and have a good time, while not selling out or doing something I don't want to do or something they
yeah,
don't want to see. Right?
that's true.
I
Yeah,
gotta you gotta keep it real. But and then if you're good, bro, and you are, then the people like it, and like what drew me to you, Ryan, and it's totally vanity, and I've said this many times, I'll say it now, is like I'm an American military guy. I was in the Marines, went to Iraq and shit, and I'm so used to having everyone complain about America and
mm,
complain about the U.S. military, that it's from other countries and stuff, that it's a breath of fresh air to hear a British military guy say, no, the American military doesn't fuck around. I like hearing another a country and service say that about mine, because we know that about ourselves, and it sucks to be so badass and nobody
mm.
give a fuck. So it feels good for someone to give a fuck, especially from another country. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
that's rare. You don't ever see that, and that's one of the reasons why I was like, hold on a shit, this guy is saying some stuff that's real. He's not just talking about how he feels. He's talking facts from his own
yeah.
personal experiences and being rational about the fucking insane vast power of the American military.
I think
Um, you
it's
know?
something. It's not wise like forget about like all jokes aside. It's a humongous beast. Like how the
Yeah.
whole thing works is just phenomenal. Being able to forward project and operate on a huge scale on multiple fronts simultaneously is near enough impossible at that size.
You're a
You guys can
military
do it.
nerd. You're a nerd of the military. You've seen the military operate, and then you've seen like this massive budget and what a massive budget can do. It's a sophisticated budget as well, not just
Yeah,
because there's an arrogant budget as well. Like
true.
look
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
Japanese Navy back in World War II is kind of arrogant, and
yeah.
that
I know
was a
what you mean.
downfall. The Germans in World War II are also very arrogant, and it caused their military to kind of fail. Where we were there's a lot of pride and arrogance in our military too, but there's that pragmatism that won the war on
Mm.
both sides. A pragmatism about it's taking pride and setting it aside and looking at pure war power. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
that's what I've always respected about your channel, Ryan, is that you look at things from a you're a military person that has an authority to speak on the subject, and you're speaking about things from a very pragmatic war respective perspective,
Mm.
which is a breath of fresh air, because so many people want to say something that's not real and it's based off of how they feel. And I don't I haven't been able to find a lot of anything online or in this world where there's somebody from another part of the world that's like talking about things correctly. So I think that's why myself and so many of your viewers like your channel and like you, Ryan.
Ah, thank you, man. That means a lot. Thank you.
It's not supposed to be. I'm not trying to stroke your ego or anything. I'm just speaking what I like from a YouTuber perspective. I'm a professional YouTuber. This is why what your appeal is.
Mm.
That's why
Yeah.
I say those things. I'm not trying like I don't have to impress you. I already did that. I'm saying why people
You
like to
slid in the
watch you.
DMs, didn't you?
Yeah.
No,
No,
thanks, man.
for facts, man. That's why we like to watch. Like me and all the people that watch you. Like it's somebody talking facts, and appreciating something from the military perspective.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
just got to keep on going, man. And like I say, the advice you give is pretty. Well, it's not pretty cool. I don't think anyone does shorts like you. I don't think I've seen shorts do numbers consistently like what. I maybe I haven't seen those channels, but
There's a lot.
you
YouTube's
kick.
so big, dude. It's
It's
so
like
big.
crazy, man. When I first seen that statistic you put on Twitter, I was like, that how can that even be real? But it's real, all right. Like we're
Yeah.
talking millions of views per minute at one point. Can you remember that phase?
Not per minute, but I've
Was it per
done
hour?
my peak was about 20 million views a day. That was
Yeah,
my peak,
where I can't even get it. Eh,
which is almost a million views an hour. But that was like an absolute peak of my career, not a
I
normalcy.
think that was just in.
Yeah,
I remember I couldn't.
my normalcy is going to be around 100,000 views an hour. Um, if I'm up on an upward trend, I can try and get several 100,000 views an hour. Um,
Oh, you
but
just hit
it's
3 million as well
I did just hit 3 million. Yeah,
on one of your channels, anyway.
yeah.
Oh man, where's that statistic? I remember you pinned it. That'll be a long way away now. Actually, won't it?
I'm gonna
It
read some of this chat while you're looking stuff up. There was somebody said something that was pretty cool. Someone said the American dream is dead. That's arguable, but it's not the same as it used to be. Things change, man. It is harder to be an American, that's for sure. And I wish that it was easier. I wish, that's what the point is. Things are supposed to be easier, not so hard, right? But
this how so Stan, this is from April to April. Your channel got 1.8 billion views. That
yeah,
is 18 million watch hours. Hang on, how many hours? 18 million watch hours in years. Watch wait, 18.
yeah. I don't know. It's
This
a
is
lot. Yeah, it's a lot of people. Yeah,
it's hang on, it's 2050. You go back to before like if people what that's over like you can go back and see Jesus. Like he wasn't born then. Over 2,000 hours years.
that's a funny way of putting it. I
In
had a friend. He's a big stats guy. He calculated how many human beings have seen my channel, and this was at the beginning of the year. He calculated this. It was 500 million. 500 million humans have seen my face, which is kind of crazy.
it's weird, man.
But
That
I'm not like Tom Cruise famous or anything. I do get recognized when I go out. People will be like, "I know you from somewhere," or "I love your shorts," or
yeah.
whatever. But I'm not like overwhelmed with like, "Oh, I've done it- so many people, they won't leave me alone."
Really?
It's a perfect amount of people to where it's like, "Hey, somebody knows me here. Hell
That's what
yeah, bro."
happened.
And then I could just go be a normal person and not worry about it. So
I've noticed that
I
happening a
like
lot
my
more.
level of internet fame. It's perfect.
I didn't have any UK subscribers before. It was all Americans, so I got left, like literally got left alone. But something happened in the past month, 6 weeks, where out of nowhere, I've been getting pestered, even around my local, like a lot. Like people going, "Hey," and I'm thinking, it's weird because these people who you interact with, I don't have a clue who you are, but you're talking about you know me better than me. Like guys, people who watch like
Yeah.
YouTubers, they get to know a lot about you. And it was really strange. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but you do seem to know what you're talking about, you know?
I love attention, so I love it. Like come say hi, bro. I love it. It
Yeah.
makes me feel
It
good.
was
All
good,
right,
but it's
I
like
need the
because
ego boost.
it's only just starting to happen over the past 6 weeks. Like a lot every other day I've noticed. I don't know what it is. I think it's TikTok actually. Actually, I was on a podcast with an ex SES guy, Phil Campion. He's big in the UK. Everyone knows him, and I think that's what must have done it. Um, I'm going to be on the radio actually, Stan. Yeah, so that's the
The
next
old
thing.
school terrestrial radio, bro. There we
Old
go.
school radio,
We're going
Monday and Wednesday.
backwards. We're going from the internet to the radio, boys.
It's getting big now, though. You know, the
Yeah.
radio. It's like I don't know, man. It's
It's
crazy
a good
though.
feeling though. It feels good to do something and then see people care and like it. It's so motivating, it's addicting. It's one of the reasons why I love being a YouTuber is I was always the class clown when I was a kid in school and stuff, got in tons of trouble. And so YouTube is perfect for me. I love attention, all right, and I love getting paid. So if I could get paid for
For
getting
attention.
attention, bro,
it's a
okay, sign me up.
it's a life.
All right,
It
I
can be
love
life
it.
changing YouTube, man. I love it. It's been
Yeah,
a pain in the ass when it doesn't work for you, but I'll be honest.
just got to get
The,
better,
exactly. And the thing is with
get
YouTube, it
smarter,
doesn't
get better,
lie.
get more clever.
Yeah.
Study, motherfucker. Try new things.
Yeah. Um.
Reinvent yourself if you have to. Maybe someday the being a vet thing doesn't work anymore, and what
You know what
you're
I want to
famous
do?
for and known for is something you completely didn't expect, and it's something that you love to do as well.
I want to do. I really like Austin Alexander's channel. He goes to military. He does military. He basically like. So I'll put it in context of myself. Former Royal Marine takes on Navy SEAL Hell Week. I get down there, I do it. There's a fucking crew of cameras filming that whole thing, edit it nice at the end. Pass or fail, it doesn't matter. I tried, Royal Marine tries US Navy SEAL training, like, oh, Hell Week, and just videos like that,
Ooh,
bang, bang, bang,
that
bang,
sounds
bang.
sick.
But it's logistically, yeah, I react to videos like that's a product that's difficult. Even if it's just a couple of cameras, that's I would need help, man. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to start. You want to do a joint
I
venture,
didn't know where to
Stanimus?
start either. I'll give you an example. So I first started blowing up on shorts, and then I'm like, "Holy shit! What the hell?" I was able to predict exactly what month I would hit 1 million subscribers. I'm like, okay, based off of the trajectory at
Yeah,
this month next year, I'm gonna hit 1 million subscribers. So I was like, okay, I'm blowing up, and I'm getting an insane amount of views, over 100 million views a month, and it's going crazy. And I had this idea, and I did a convention. I did a PapaCon. I'm Papa Stanimus, so I did PapaCon, and I found this local park in my city where I could rent out the entire park for like $300 for the day.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that, and then that comes with a sound license, so you can have loud music. Then I went and bought a bunch of food, and I bought a couple barbecues, and I got all this stuff, and I came up with all these ideas of things to do for like an event. And then I'm like, okay, now I need to figure out how to like film this and make this a video. And I had no clue what to do. What would you do? What would anybody do that hears me talking about what I'm saying? Like, okay, how do you film that? Like, so we have all this stuff put together. Now we need to film it and make a sick YouTube video that's supposed to go viral. What do you even do? I had no clue.
yeah.
I tried and I found film people and I got all this stuff done. And then I got the footage and it was like unusable because I had no
Really?
idea what I was doing.
Yeah,
Nowadays, that was like the beginning for me. Okay. I jumped in with 2 feet and I absolutely failed. But nowadays, if I were to film that video, I would know exactly how I'm gonna make that video and all the camera angles and all the different pacing events during the video. On top of having everything planned out, I would know exactly how it's gonna be filmed, and I would have the right people there that day on time, ready to go. Because I've learned so much since then. So the point I'm making, Ryan, is that if you wanna do those bigger things, you gotta do one and fuck it up
yeah, true.
essentially, and learn from it and go get better at it.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes a
Just
lot of
jump
sense.
in and do it, bro. You didn't know how to be a Royal Marine until you joined.
Yeah, it's true.
They
Everything's
taught
just
you
about trial and
and you
error, really.
learned over time.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's so true. Sorry to interrupt. I've just this algorithm's way. You know when you said that's going to kick back in again, as per that pattern.
It's kicking back in. It's going to hump back
It
up. Yeah.
it just doubled like right on
Hmm.
cue, like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, it's a strange this algorithm thing.
YouTuber advice. Just like I hate saying this advice. I hate telling people ignore the number, but you kind of have to with YouTube short streams because it's no matter how interesting it is ultimately out of your control.
It is
So
right.
yeah, I think that the concept for this stream is super sick, and that is British Royal Marine talks to United States Marine.
It's
That's
cool,
cool.
man.
It's very cool. I think that your viewers can really appreciate that, especially if we stay on the topic of the Marines.
Mm.
Like we kind of go, we're talking YouTube. That's not as interesting to them. If we just talk about the Marines, they'll love it a lot more. I think there are people that are vibing with it though. So no disrespect to the people vibing. Um, I'd vibe with that shit. I love YouTube. It's my favorite.
Yeah. No, you do really love YouTube though.
I
Like
love
that's
it
why I
so
think
much.
people were shocked when I've seen you say it on streams a few times and stuff on your videos, but when you go like, "Oh, I'm prior serving Marine," people go, "Really?" Like that grabs their attention.
Yeah. People look at me and like, you were in the Marines? It's like, yeah, I was. I did some shit too,
It's just
dude. I
because
wasn't.
the content you do so like unmarine, and it's
Well,
like,
look at me. Do I look like a Marine?
yeah, but what? Well,
To
from what
you,
I've
maybe, but to someone who's never seen me before,
yeah,
I don't think so. I don't
but
look
I
like a
know
Marine at
that
all.
Marines come in all like we're man,
You
we're a
know
strange
this.
bunch. Yeah,
You know this.
I can tell with isms if I spoke. I can tell straight away. Like if I
I don't
mention,
have a lot of tells. Like I will give you one when I start saying some shit and I'm talking about the Marines and fucking killing
yeah,
bodies.
that's
All
it.
right,
That,
okay. Like I'll give you some isms. All right, but I think that natural me, you're not. I'm like I'm under the radar. You're not going to be able to tell that I was in the Marines and did some shit, dude.
yeah, I think
And
it's
I
good
don't
though.
care. That's another thing for me personally, and this is a big differentiating thing between me and a lot of other Marines. Do I have a lot of pride in being in the Marines? Bro, you can tell that I have
Mm,
pride. All right. But I don't need everyone to know.
yeah,
I can impress
yeah,
people in so many different ways. At one point in time in my life, the Marines was all I had. That was the only way I can impress people. But I've gotten a lot
yeah.
older. I've done a lot of cool shit in my life since I've joined the Marines, went to
That's
Iraq,
cool
did
though.
all that shit, and I just kept going. So I'll impress people in completely other ways, and they'll find out way later down the road, like that shit, that motherfucker was like a Marine and with the war and shit. Yeah,
It's
yeah, and
cool.
it's no big deal, whatever, dude. That's some shit that happened a long time ago. I still remember all that shit. I still, I'm part of that life, and I know when I come across a vet, or a fake vet, uh, I
Yeah,
know when I come across those people, but it's not the most important thing. I need people to know about me
I like that
when
though.
I conduct my life. And that's how I personally do it. I don't say anyone else needs to do it that way. That's just how
It's how
I
you do
choose
it.
to do my
Yeah,
life. I have nothing against anybody that's proud. And if that's
yeah.
what they want everyone to know about them, then
I've
I
kind
get it.
of
I choose not to, but I respect them choosing to.
yeah. I like that about you though. I think that's something that even I struggle because deep down I think, yeah, would I like to be? I think the aim is you can. I grew on YouTube through my identity as a military man. Long term, how much have I got in that? You know, but like I say, if I'm getting my foot into other things, but even the radio thing is like is it military based? So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of that's my
Don't
identity
let
now.
my path persuade yours. I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
want to make that clear, Ryan. Like
yeah.
just because I choose not to make the military like my
Well,
military
you've been
service
very
surpass my
successful at it, haven't
identity
you?
doesn't mean that you shouldn't, because I think that it suits you, man. And that's my
Mm,
favorite thing about you and your channel. Like from a viewer perspective, before I ever met you as a person, and I'm just a viewer like everyone else, I like your channel because you're unapologetically, the Gen Get Commando.
mm.
Yeah, I know you're Ryan Forrest now, but I liked it, and I'd see your thumbnails, and you have your beret on, and yeah, am I like if I'm talking to you, am I going to make fun of you? Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, but from a viewer perspective, a Marine, not Marine, like I saw that and I liked it. I'm like, this guy is unapologetically a military
Yeah.
YouTuber, and I thought that was cool. I still think it's cool.
Uh,
So now, if you choose to pivot at some point and change things up, I'm with you. I'm already on your side. But I will say that's what caught my eye and made me want to
Yeah,
watch, even though I chose to do something completely opposite. So don't let my path infect your thoughts and direction.
I've got a question for you from a viewer. I think they served as well. They're asking me to ask you, what's your favorite flavor of crayon?
Okay, yellow. Duh, fucking stupid. Of course it's yellow.
Right, I don't know if they were watching,
But
but a
why
lot of
would you
people have
even
joined.
ask, dude? Of course it's yellow.
But it's like, did you know that is not necessarily a big thing in the Royal Marines, for instance, like the whole crayon deal, or is that
Oh
like
yeah, it's an American. It's Army versus Marines. It's
because
that's what
people
it
like
is.
ask all the time, like, "Hey, what's your favorite
Yeah,
flavor of crayon?" It's like, dude, you're speaking to
it's
the
supposed to
wrong.
be an insult. I'm not gonna let it be an insult. I'm like, bro, I was in the Marines. I've met some of the dumbest fucking people on this planet. I get the Koran thing. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. And there's also, Marines, they go and they go die first, blah, 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 all this stuff. I get all it. I love all that stuff. It's camaraderie,
Yeah, it is.
whatever, however you pronounce that. But I love it. I love that stuff. So someone's gonna ask me what flavor my crayon is. I'm like, okay, like, do I consider myself stupid? No. But do I love this camaraderie? Yes. So my favorite crayon is yellow, like 100%. Yeah.
I like how you got. Do I consider myself as stupid? No, but
Yeah. I'm just having fun with the culture, dude.
I need to come to the States, man. I haven't
That's
been in 10 years. I had the best time over there. Seriously, it's like I'm not just saying it
I
as well.
bet.
That 10 years, 2014 October time, Halloween in 2014 or 13, I can't remember, was the best experience ever. Like I've been all over the world, man. That experience for a Brit, I don't think people understand this. That's a good experience for a Brit anyway. Never mind a British Marine coming over there. I felt like I'm not just joking, right? You guys, you might have many issues in life, but one thing you've got right in a lot of areas, like Arizona, Vegas, California, your San Diego's, when we walked around and people knew we were from Britain and we were Royal Marines, we didn't just get treated different. We got treated like gods. They
Yeah.
just they just treated us. I was like, wow, we don't get this in the UK. Like, and I
No.
remember it was
Yeah.
awesome, man. I loved it. Some
I
people
get
thought it
it.
was cringe, but I was like, no, I absolutely love this. We got standing
I get
ovations
that
at
feeling.
zoo in San Diego and stuff, and I was like, wow, this is quality. You know?
As an American, I have a slight opinion on that, and like I feel cringe with being worshipped so much. Now, at the time when I'm younger and I'm in the Marines, I loved it. As an adult, and I look back, like an older person out of the Marines, I
I
look
know
back
what you
at it. I'm
mean.
like, dude, it's kind of cringe. But like, even when I'm fresh out of boot camp, I haven't even been to war yet. I'm like, I love walking around in my uniform that I'm allowed to wear. In the Marines, you can't wear your camis out in public. Not allowed.
Really?
You,
So
you could
we
only.
can't.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that for Marines. I know that we're not
Yeah,
allowed to do
Marines, you're
that
not
at
allowed to
all in
wear
the
your
Britain.
camis. Only your dress uniforms are you allowed to wear in
Wow,
public.
why? Why is it for a safety thing?
It's a tradition thing and a pride thing. I
Well,
think I'm not
Royal
entirely
Marines
sure on
aren't
the
allowed
reasons.
either.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I know the chat. Okay, chat. I don't remember why Marines are not. I'm 36. I got out of the Marines when I was 22. I forgot a bunch of shit. Why aren't we allowed to wear our camis in public? I just know that you're not allowed to. You can only wear your dress uniforms. But chat will know. Um, but it's a Marine thing. Now the Army is not the same. The Army is allowed to wear theirs in public. It's
ah,
only the Marines that aren't allowed.
wonder why that.
Um, Yeah, I don't remember.
We're the same.
Marines are so traditional. They're
Yeah, I
so
agree.
so. Another thing with the Marines, it's American Marines, is we don't have distinguishing factors on our uniform to differentiate us from different types of service in the Marines. For example. the Army will have like different unit patches on their
Mm.
uniform. We don't have any of that, with one exception. It's called the French beret or French braid or some shit. I don't know what it is. I don't remember the details, but I have seen Marines. They have like this.
Yeah.
It's the only Marine I've seen where they have a different type of uniform than everyone else. We all have the same exact shit. We're not allowed to have differences. The
I
only
like that.
differences is what rank is on your shoulder. That's it. That's the
Wow.
only thing. But there was like this braid thing, and I forgot what it meant.
Is
Ah,
that
God,
like a
so many
lanyard?
Marines are laughing at like this is the guy that represents us. He doesn't remember anything. Yeah, dude, I'm fucked up. I don't remember everything. My brain's fucking destroyed. But yeah, there was a fucking lanyard. There's like a
Lanyard,
green
yeah.
lanyard thing.
So
French
lanyards, we
something.
would wear lanyards on our blues and twos. Um, and it would be a unit affiliation. So if I was at 40 Commando, the lanyard would be blue. If I was at um, 30 Commando, it would be green. Um, different colors. So is it a unit affiliation? No.
It was a unit thing. It was some sort of unit that did a very special thing during a certain battle, if I'm remembering correctly. And then that's the one unit that can have their uniform be different. The rest of the entire Marine Corps in the United States, we all have the same fucking uniform.
Wow.
We're
Wow.
not, so it's a very unique, special case. But I know if there's a Marine watching this stream, there's a Marine that's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about and will be able to tell me what it is. Fifth and sixth Marines only, Brent says. Yeah,
Fifth and
I don't know
sixth.
why. I don't know the exact. I did know in the past. I forgot. I don't know what it is anymore. But yeah, the Marines do not have different uniforms. Same
Wow.
uniform, same everything. No,
Yeah,
just
if the army's got
the
loads of different
logic.
patch
The
things,
logic is
eh?
like because every Marine is a fucking Marine, and that's it. It's just like a Marine tradition thing. We're not different. We're all badasses, kind of a thing. That's
Yeah,
what it's supposed to
I
be.
like. It's that
Brent is a Marine.
togetherness.
Okay. Yeah, dude, like I guarantee you, Marines are watching the stream, and I'm like the worst Marine to represent everybody.
No, I
Seriously,
don't
I
think.
forget so much shit. I'm a
I think
YouTuber that
I'm the
happened to be a
same.
Marine, and I did do some shit in Iraq a long time ago when I was 19, bro. Like a
People
long
ask
time ago.
people ask me questions on tactics and stuff like that and stuff, and I'm like, listen, at best, like the junior ranks don't know. Like, if you've been out long enough, you'll forget loads of simple stuff, loads of simple things, and it's like people
Oh yeah,
expect you to know it forever. I don't know shit. I don't know nothing anymore.
yeah.
It's weird. I
Oh,
don't know.
I remember a lot. I just there's certain little things that they start escaping me, but it's fun to remember
Well,
for
like, we're
me
not big
personally.
on weapons in the UK, like generally speaking. So most Marines will be like they'll understand the weapon that they have to understand, i.e., the one they use. But outside
Yeah,
of that, unless you get a real outlier, someone who loves like looking into weapon systems, most of my friend group in the military didn't know nothing about weapon systems. We just knew the weapons that we fired. So when it was time for me to take over the machine gun, yeah, I got to know about that, but I wouldn't have a clue about anything. It's just not. I don't know. It's just different, man.
I want to tell a crazy story about machine guns. So when I uh graduated artillery school in 2016 or 17, I think it was 17. Um, excuse me, 2007. I'm wrong decade. 2006 or 2007. I ended up going. So in the Marines, you go to boot camp, then you go to either MCT, which is Marine Combat Training. That's for all the pugs, or
Mm.
you go to
All the folks.
infantry training. Yeah, infantry battalion. Okay, so you're either infantry or you're not. Me being artillery, classified as not. So I went to pogue school, and we went to MCT. After MCT, you go to your actual job schools. So whether you're comms or motor T, like driving vehicles
Mhm.
or whatever the fuck, you go to your school. I was artillery, so I went to artillery school in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. That's
Yeah.
where everyone goes for artillery. It's an army base, actually. So they sent me to an army base to go train artillery. I did that for like 8 months, and then after I got out of there, you go to your unit. So you get to what's called in the Marines, it's called the fleet. So I got sent to the fleet, and they're processing us. And when I was being processed in the fleet, they some guy, some high ranking Marine dude, he was like, "Hey, I need 11 of you to volunteer to go to Iraq. You're going to Iraq next month. If you
Wow.
want to go to Iraq now, raise your hand." Because there was a unit, an artillery unit, Bravo Battery, and 1st Battalion, 11th Marines, that needed 11 more Marines to fill their unit. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to deploy. So they're trying to fill this unit to have the quota of bodies for them to be eligible for deployment. I was one of the dudes that rose my hand, and then 10 other of my friends from artillery school rose their hands. We're all friends for life now. I forgot the other dudes that were even there. I don't even know who they are. I
Wow.
only remember the people that rose their hand. I forgot everyone else. Uh, it's kind of crazy. It's like I don't. It's a ghost. Like there's no face or anything. I forgot them. But the 11 of us that rose their hand and went and joined Bravo Battery, we deployed a month later. Now here's the thing: an American military, let's say you're in an artillery unit, these guys for months they've been doing workups. So they're going out to like 29 Palms over and over and
Yeah,
over
yeah.
again, doing tons of different missions, training missions. So it's like, okay, now you guys are gonna go do this or do that or whatever. Now like we're gonna go train with artillery, but now you guys are gonna go do like um village clearing. Like you have to go clear all the all the buildings, and here's a bunch of like actors that are going to act like Iraqis and stuff like that, and all these different things are going to happen, and somebody might be dangerous, someone might not. Or now you guys are going to go through machine gunners courses, and now you guys are going to go through non-lethal like OC spray shit. Now you guys are going to do this. We skipped all of that. I didn't do any of it. So I joined this unit and I didn't do any of that training, and then I went right to Iraq.
That's crazy.
So, and I remember in Iraq, we're about to push out, and our actual CO, not just some regular like sergeant or whatever being the convoy commander, but our actual CO, the commanding officer, was our convoy commander for one mission that we were pushing out,
Mm.
and they put me behind a Ma Deuce, the fully automatic 50 caliber machine gun,
Yeah.
and I had seen them do what's called a headspace and timing on this machine gun twice, and I've never done it myself at all. Not once, not once hands on. And even if I did get to do it hands on one time, I still wouldn't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it today. I don't know shit about how to set up the 50 caliber machine gun to have headspace and timing so it doesn't jam on you. So we're about to push out, and then like the CO is so when in Iraq or whatever, you have to be in a certain condition for your weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
They wanted to be in a certain condition for the 50 cal, and I had no clue what I was
How
even
to do it?
doing.
And you
So I
did
raised
no
my
one
hand and I'm
show
like,
you?
sir, like I was embarrassing because I didn't want to say anything, but I thought I was gonna get in super deep shit. So I raised my hand, like, sir, I don't
You've
know,
never
dude,
even
what
been on
the
here.
anything. And then he knew exact because he's like, oh, you're one of the boots. Okay, hold on. So my commanding officer jumps up on the 7 tons, the top, and he sits there for me for like 15 minutes, and we set up the headspace and timing of my 50 cal. And he's like, you know how to shoot it at least, right?
Yeah.
Trap safety, rack it back and shoot this fucking thing, right? And I'm like, I do. And I'm like Victor too. So I've got like a left field sector of fire.
Mhm.
Uh or right field, excuse me, a right field sector of fire. And so he got me set. All I needed was the headspace and timing and whatever to be set up. And all I got to do is rack back and fire. I could do that part. But yeah, that was my training for like a lot of that stuff when I was even in Iraq. I didn't even know what
And,
the fuck I was doing.
and this is the thing, right? That in
Provisional
itself,
Rifle
how
Company,
long would it
Brent
have
knows.
took you?
Yes, Yes, we're a provisional rifle company. Basically, we're infantry, but we're not infantry. I didn't know what the fuck that's what Hernandez was here just the other day, and he said that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we were provisional." I'm like, "That's what it's called."
So you're not even supposed
Brent
to be doing
Jeffries
that.
in the chat knows what's up. Brent Jeffries is like, "There's a real Marine in the chat." Okay, that's why he's here and he's entertained. I'm here to entertain Brent. Yes, Provisional Rifle Company. That's what we were. I'm a PFC. I don't know. I just got to the fleet a month ago. Now I'm on Iraq.
The
I
thing
don't
is, it would
know.
have took you about 6 weeks to do a course on that, probably, right?
We did courses. We did like 20 courses in 6 weeks. How am I supposed to remember everything?
That's crazy.
I don't know.
But like in
I
general,
figured it
generally
out.
speaking, like to get trained on the like 50 cal or a good standard, you're talking weeks of training, aren't you? Of like just that. And never mind, like, yeah, this is now your weapon system. Do you know how to point and shoot? It's like, well, it's a bit more.
The- I can with the 50 cal. If the headspace and timing is set up on that thing, uh, it has tracers. I will just go do 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 do, and then I'll wait and I'll watch them go pew 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 pew. I'm gonna be like, okay, that's generally where I'm at. Let me slightly adjust. I've played video games. Do 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 do. Oh
Learning
shit, I
on the job.
overcorrected. Okay, let's go in the middle. Do do do. Ah yeah, just right. There we go. Do 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 do. Okay, like I'll figure it out.
I
Give
like
me
it.
give me like 20 rounds minimum, and I can figure it out. But I need to miss a little bit.
I like the sound effects you got on the 50 cal. It's pretty accurate.
It's an easy gun to fire if you just watch the tracer rounds and see where
Well,
they're landing, and then just make some adjustments,
I think
see
the thing
your
is with 50
overcorrection, and then
cals,
correct from there. You're good. You'll kill everything.
it's like the trajectory. These things go pretty straight, don't they? Like they're pretty much hitting where you
For
point to a
for
degree.
pretty far, yeah,
Yeah.
but eventually they start to go down, and you can just I don't know. It depends on how what your range is looking like. How far it is.
Yeah. Ah man, I wouldn't mind getting on a range day
Have
again.
you shot in a fully automatic 50 cal? You ever had that privilege?
No,
Oh,
um,
it's so fun.
no, we did. Yeah, we did because we shot the GMG as well. So like it,
GMG. What's the GMG?
so it's like a general, a grenade machine gun.
Mark 19.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we're different. We're
So
different
it's like
countries. In
basically,
the Marines, that's a Mark 19. It's a fully automatic grenade launcher.
yeah,
Do 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 do
but
do do.
like just crazy,
Boom
man.
boom 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 boom. Yeah,
Yeah,
those are awesome.
that's you get the sound. Yeah, the sound effects. It's
Yeah,
it's I don't think people realize what they can do to a position. Like you can take down houses with those things.
I don't know. I never had the chance to take out anything. I just trained with that one. I was behind it a lot in a lot of patrols, but I never shot.
Wow.
I'm so glad. Like I wanted to so badly. Even now, my brainwashed mind is like, oh, I just want to kill bad guys, right? But now I have to reel myself back. I'm like, okay, I'm so glad I didn't fucking kill anybody. Thank you, fucking
Yeah.
universe.
So you were
But
like
I
one.
wanted to so badly, dude. I wanted to kill people.
I don't think people realize like that's what the military can do. Like especially the. I don't want to say the military. From my experience, definitely the U.S. Marines. That's the mentality. You might not whether you like it, think it's indifferent or disagree or whatever. It doesn't
We're
matter. That's
violent.
just the
It's a
way
violent branch, dude.
it really is that way, you know.
It's
And
about
I think
violence. It's 100% violence. No apologies. It's about violence. And if you want a violent force of warriors to go kill everything, then you have
trees,
to you have to
even
train them a
things.
certain way. And I was trained that way. And and now that I'm older, so glad I didn't fucking kill anybody.
I think the U.S. Marines, even non-living things, they wanted to kill. Like people don't realize the mentality. Like they wanted to. If there was a wall to run through and like yeah, they're running through the wall and destroying it. If there's nothing else, like I just very like paratroopers in the UK, just very aggressive, violent. not
It's
yeah,
necessary. We don't want all of the troops to be that way, but we want if we want a very aggressive like
bang,
force that it's like bees or like wasps or something, like a
like
hornet's nest.
hornet wasps. Yeah,
Yeah, so the way we were trained, and I don't know if this is the best warfare tactics, but let's say we're in a convoy and we're pushing through a street, and then we start getting fire from the right flank direction, right? Or whatever, like the right. The way we're trained is everyone go towards where we're getting shot from and kill
and
it.
just
Instead of
unload.
like disperse and take cover, it's like point towards it and fucking kill it, and it's very aggressive. Whatever we lose along the way, we lose, and it makes sense to me from a battle perspective of
Yeah, like
winning
the first
something.
day, and they're gonna just cause absolute shock and overwhelm and take
Yes,
whatever's
yeah,
coming.
it makes so much sense. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
does.
against it. From a personal level, for me, I'm so glad I didn't like go nuts or whatever and do that. I feel bad for people that did get way absorbed into that and had to do some gnarly shit in war. But yeah, it is a very much aggressive point and kill from the direction we're being
Yeah.
attacked from.
See, that's
It's
the big
very like
difference, I would
wasp
say.
mentality.
We
Yeah.
we just haven't got the numbers to be like that. And two, we just it just very not. You seem like the blunt force sledgehammer. We are more
Yes.
like
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
surgical knife. The surgical knife might break, and it might cost a lot more. But that blunt, you don't want the surgical knife going to be going in first. You want it forward.
Different needs, different operations.
You need a massive, overwhelming
Yeah.
fighting force like what you guys do. That's probably why we
Amer-
work together so
American
well.
Marines are meat to be sent to go just kill them all. I love. You ever seen Starship Troopers?
Yeah,
That they nailed it with that one, in my opinion. They really did.
Starship
Like it's
Troopers,
just
man.
it's all about just kill them all because they get you all, especially in wartime, and you're getting sent into the machine. You're going to war, like you know, they wind you up, man, and they wound me up good, and I really wanted it.
All right.
But I'm so glad I didn't get shot. I didn't have to shoot no one else. We did do some
Yeah,
gnarly shit. There's a My biggest thing as a Marine in Iraq was dealing with IEDs. So there
yeah. I
was
think
just
that
a
was like
lot of
everyone's worry, right?
explosives being buried everywhere. There's like an IED can be some trash on the road.
Yeah,
It can
everything.
be
It got
buried
loads
under
of guys
like
paranoid as well,
they
didn't
could
it?
pave concrete above your fucking IED, dude. Like it is, you would never notice that it's there. That was the biggest danger and threat that I faced when I was a Marine in Iraq.
Mm,
However, I was trained and mentally prepared for like so much worse. Yeah.
wow. Different lives, different branches of the military do different things. Very, very, very different. Like, um, yeah. I think we. It's crazy how we work well together, though.
Marines love, like, well, I don't know. American military loves working with any other military. It's intriguing. You guys
Yeah.
talk funny. It's like,
Yeah,
whoa, dude. What
we had some good
you
fun
say?
over
What a
there.
ball? Like, what the fuck, dude? That's intriguing, bro. We love you. I'll die for you because you say what a ball.
Yeah, water bottle.
What a ball.
Hang on, give me your impression again.
What
I'm
a
gonna.
ball.
Yeah, I like that. What? How do you say water bottle?
Water bottle. What bottle?
What? 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 So, I mean, do I sound like you? And do I sound like the stereotype? Water bottle.
Okay, you know what? Let's do this for the chat. Give me your best water bottle impression. Go for it. American.
I have to give an American
Yeah.
water bottle.
That was so entertaining. What the fuck?
Water bottle.
Yeah, you're nailing it. You're doing a great
Water.
job. That's good.
Water. You don't say tea. You say water. It's
Wall
water
ball.
bottle. Yeah, it's water. Like in slow
Oh my
motion,
god.
water bottle.
That's so funny. That needs to be clipped and turned into something on the internet, dude. That is funny as fuck. I'm
What
tearing
what
up.
water bottle?
Whoa, ball. That's the best I got, dude.
Water bottle.
Just water bottle. You sound like you're about to host a game show.
Yeah, but I think all
Hello,
Americans sound
ladies and
like game show
gentlemen.
hosts.
Behold my
Water
water
bottle.
bottle.
I got my water bottle from the PX. It was a camelback
Camelback, yeah.
and an AT like a Viking all-terrain vehicle crushed it unapologetically as well. I'm sure they're Marines, just like yeah, your water bottle's dead. So, exploded my camelback water bottle.
Say oil.
Oil,
Oil. Like, how do you say it? Like, that's what Brittany is saying in the chat.
oil,
Say oil. Oil.
oil,
Oil.
oily, oil. Putting some
I can
oil
say
in my
oil in a bunch of different American dialects. There's
oil.
oil. Oil. There's oil. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pump some oil.
Pump some ore. So it's ore.
Some
It's just
oil.
ore.
Yeah.
Where's
Some
that
black
from?
gold
What part?
oil.
Oh,
Oil. That's
sounds
gonna be
sounds like a Viking, an
oil.
orgasmic Viking.
Nah, it's some southern shit. I don't know what state that would be.
Oh, yeah, it's like
Yeah. I need some oil. I'm
How do
gonna,
you?
I'm gonna, I'm gonna get some oil, and then I'm gonna take my car to the car wash.
This is something that gets me. You know what you guys call chips?
Yeah, fries.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well, okay, our chips are like potato chips, like real chips.
right.
Yeah,
So I've got
like a chip.
crisps, and then I've got chips, crisps and chips. Crisps is like out
You
of the
guys have got
packet,
it all wrong.
crunchy. But you call them chips, right?
If there's like a bag of chips, like with like potato chips in it, yeah, it's chip shaped snacks will be called chips.
Chippy
It's
snacks.
like a chip, like a poker chip. If it's shaped like a poker chip, it's a chip.
Wow. So we call. Would you ever
If it's
call it?
shaped like a stick, it's a fry, French
You would
fry.
never call it a crisp.
We would never call anything a crisp.
Like I'm
Not
going.
anything.
So I would say I'm going to the shop to get a packet of crisps.
Yeah, an American's gonna be like, "You're getting what now? What are you getting? What? You getting some crispy chicken? I want some."
This is the issues I had when ordering like stuff at McDonald's when I was in. I don't know if it was San Diego or I can't
Yeah,
remember.
you're speaking Chinese, dude. The
Yeah, it's just can
crisps.
I have
Don't come
some?
to America and ask some low wage worker like, "I want some crisps." Like, what
Well,
the
it was
bro?
burger and chips, and they were like,
Burger chip. We don't have chips. This is McDonald's. You want fries?
"Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, fries is chips." I'm like, "Nah, I don't know, man. Different." Yeah, it's crazy. I like it though. Bottle.
I went to England in 2014 before I was in the process of selling one company and taking over another.
Wow.
It was a cool little period for me, way before YouTuber. And I built this music website
Mm.
with this British guy from Southampton named
Wow.
Simon. And we built this big website and we had tons of people using it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to England and meet this guy that I built this thing with because we've only known each other online. And I went to England. I Heathrow Heathrow ended up in London through the
Yeah.
tubes. The tubes. Um, and that was really cool. And I got quite the culture shock. I have a lot to say about my experience of going to England, but I had a full English flag outfit that was one size too small for my body. And I flew to England that way. And then I met my friend Simon in the airport. And I'm like, I'm his American friend. Yeah. And then we went in the tubes and I just wouldn't shut up about it. Um, but yeah, it was quite the experience. I will say this. there's two things that really stuck with me that was a culture shock as an American going to England.
Mm.
One was how old so much of your stuff is. Because in
Yeah.
America, like we don't have anything really
Yeah.
older than 200 years. And even then, it's like there's hardly anything that's older than 50 years in our country. Like we're just rebuilding. There's nothing old. There is no history from hundreds of years
Uh
ago
huh.
that's really standing. But in England, there is. There's like castles. Like there'll be like a castle that is a McDonald's or something. It's like what the fuck?
It's like
This
been there
this
1,000
castle was like
years.
defending the French at some point or something, and then now it's a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Um, that's
You know
really
something as
crazy.
well. I
I'm
think
sorry.
this is another thing that I like to like kind of tell people who come to England. The go-to for England or the UK, people go, "Oh, I came to England and I visited London, did all of that." Trust me, you you don't, and you literally do not get a true representation of the not just the UK, but mainly England, by going to London. London might as well be a different planet. That's how different London is to the wider UK.
Yeah, I
It's
was in like Earl's Court area,
yeah,
so there was a
like
lot of
London.
Muslim people. Like I was in like because I was broke as fuck, so I went to the broke as fuck area to
It's
be able to stay, and it was a different world.
if you go like 4 hours north to where I'm from, or like 3 4 hours southwest, you'll be like, "What the hell?" Like London is it is a different country, man, altogether. It might as well be a different country. It actually doesn't represent the UK very well at all. It represents London very well, but it doesn't represent the UK. It's so different. Um, People are actually, I can't stand going to London. Every time I go to London, I get depressed because the people are
That's the
horrible there.
same. That's the same. Look. Anybody in America is gonna say the same thing about like L.A. or New York. Okay, it's the same thing. It's nothing different. I've been there. I've been to our major cities. It's a major city and a popular like a kicking country. All right, London. It's not the best representation of the whole country, but it is a representation of the country to a point, and that it is a British place. Like it's very British, dude.
Yeah.
You
If
know,
you were to come,
it's not all the nuances. There's a lot of specifics and nuances and different locations in your country that where people speak different, they act different,
yeah,
and all that. London is like a culmination of all of that in one place. And for foreigners, it's a good package deal of
if
seeing your entire country. Because imagine how long it would take to go to all the different fucking provinces of
yeah.
London, or not London, but England, and see
So
like, okay, English people, there's like northern English people, then there's like the south posh English people, and
I would
the,
say,
you know,
like my limited knowledge as well of like the United States is the people in the Northeast more like the people down south in your area, like pretty laid back. The nice, I would say, the nice people come from the Northeast, Northwest.
nice
Um,
people come from everywhere here, dude.
yeah,
Everywhere.
the
Good
weird
and
people
bad
come from
everywhere.
Southwest.
Take your pick.
Like the Cornish people in the southwest, really weird. All the horrible, arrogant people are from London, that area on, and Scotland are just tough, man. Hard life, like living. Yeah, they're just the tough people. The further north you go, the tougher the people are in England. But if you came to like where I live, you would be like, man, this is so different. Like completely, you wouldn't think you're in the UK. It's if your only representation has been from London, if that makes
I'm
sense.
personally, I'm going to understand that I'm just in a different English area and different people, but someone else that's not as well versed, maybe so. But me, I have some pride in my understanding of different uh provinces within England
Mm,
where people are different because I don't know. I've seen some of them at least a little bit. Like I went to London, and then I my friend took me down south to Southampton. I spent some time down there, and then we also saw a lot of the different. villages and things like that on the way down there.
Yeah, quite a lot of
Where
countryside on that route as well.
yeah, so I saw a lot of everything, and then it helped me realize. Good night, babe. Um, it helped me realize that it's not all the same.
Mm,
It's a country much like mine. It's smaller and more condensed with the time it takes to go from one place to the other. Like here in
massively.
America, it takes a long time to go from like the coast to the south.
Yeah.
Okay, like it takes a minute, but it could take like 45 minutes in England. you know?
Well, for instance, like I live in the northeast of the country, and it's like you can do that in slightly less than 4 hours from London, and you're on the borders of Scotland, a different country.
Yeah, and I love that. And then along the way, you're seeing like crazy history that's hundreds of years old, or some cases longer.
Mm.
And it for an American brain, that's such a culture shock because we don't have anything
Yeah,
to see.
like
We
the
can't
town which
see.
I live in is like history, like modern history, is like at least 1,000 years old. Modern
That's
history.
insane.
Modern,
We don't
not
have
like we're not
anything
even
like that
delving
here.
into the ancient history of it. It's like a modern historic settlement of about 1,000 years,
Yeah.
and this building's still standing off like 600-700 years ago. Like, yeah, that's where the monks used to live. It's now a home where someone lives. There's tunnels under that goes all the way to the cathedral 6 mile away that were built 600 years ago when the bloody Romans were coming and stuff, whatever, and killing all the monks and stuff. It's got some crazy history. But like you say, we've got buildings where, like, yeah, that might have been like a Roman settlement, and now it's a
Just
post
casually
office,
sitting there like, hey guys, here's this shopping mall. You have to walk past like a
a
partial
dungeon.
old castle entryway. It's
Yeah,
not a castle anymore, but this structure is still sort of here, and we're not getting rid of it because why would we?
yeah,
But yeah, come buy some Apple products. You
yeah. That's yeah.
it's surreal. And that was something that was really special to me when I went over there, was the culture shock of that. But here's some other differences. So now one thing I wanted to mention before we got into that is one thing that really, like, I'll never forget is when I got on the tubes, and it's like mind the gap. Okay, like I've never like, even in America we don't have public transport like that. So unless you go to like New York or some shit, but we don't have like trains that take you everywhere.
Mm.
It's not a very sophisticated train system here. So when I get on the trains or the tubes, um in England, the thing that I will never forget is when it said, "This is the Piccadilly line to Cockfosters." What? Jesus Christ, my dog's freaking out. "This is the Piccadilly line to Cockfosters." And I sat there and I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, what the fuck did the train just say? What?
Yeah, it's telling you where to go.
Piccadilly line to Cock. Bro, this is some. We're talking about wieners. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
that
Cockfosters
was
is a
amazing. I
place.
loved that. But yeah,
Oh man,
okay. That
if you
that
ever
was
come
that
back,
was
let me
day
know, man.
one for me. I'm like, I like this place.
It is cool. It's cool in that regard. I definitely think you'd like the Northeast. I know you would. You'd like the people here.
The
That's for sure.
country, yeah, I want to see your guys' country people for
Yeah,
sure.
it's good.
I
It's
like
good.
all the people. I'm a city boy. I grew up in Orange County, California,
Mm.
big city here. I'm not very far from Los Angeles. Very dense population where I grew up. However, as a kid, I spent a lot of time going out of California to the country. My dad had like different things going on, so I was lucky enough to be able to go out of the state and see other things. Um,
Nice, man.
country's one of them. That's a completely different world. America's big. The world is
Huge.
big. So you
This.
could grow up in Southern California, the deep city, and then you could very quickly go out into the country, and it's a
Mhm.
completely different culture.
Tis. It is, man. I think I'm going to visit. Hopefully next year. Hopefully next year it'll be cool. Bro, I'm
Hit me
gonna have
up.
to probably skedaddle pretty soon. My battery's on like 12%.
Yeah,
We've
for
been
sure.
talking for
It's
one free night.
5:30 a.m. for me,
Wow.
so I got to
Was it?
skedaddle.
Is it?
But
All right,
yeah,
man. Sorry. Didn't mean.
don't
Sorry,
worry. I had to blast. I loved this.
mate.
This was rad.
I was really happy to speak to you, dear. This is pretty cool, though. I like
Yeah,
this. Let's do it again, man.
for sure. Yeah, Marine to Marine. I think that's a cool little. The thing that I liked about it most, Ryan, was what it probably looks like. Like, I don't know exactly, but what it
Yeah. I know you
likely
guys.
appears to, what the experience is for the viewers to
Yeah.
see a Marine and a Marine talk. I don't know if that's ever really been done like this. We might
US and
be.
not US and UK. That's for sure. It's good, man.
It's definitely been done as a conversation privately between people like us, but I done live for people who like to watch military content.
Mm.
Um, I don't think that it's very common. So I just
No.
thought that it was cool to do this for the viewers. Like, hey, what if, and it's not so serious. It's very colloquial,
Yeah.
relaxed, and more like what a military person and a military person, how they would interact
In a cafe somewhere.
realistically,
Yeah.
and not trying to put on a show necessarily,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just
I like that.
vibe and be military dudes. That's cool. And
It is
I
cool.
I I think that like I feel pretty strongly that this is probably fun for some people to watch,
I
and
think
will
so.
be for whoever watches later.
Yeah, it's actually going to upload it. So
Hell
let's
yeah,
do it
dude.
again. I'll be in your. Well, I'll slide into your DMs this time. Thanks for coming in, man. It's
Yeah, for
been a nice
sure.
nice change of pace. Troops,
Yeah,
follow
Ryan.
follow Stanimus. He needs the views. He's only getting about 100 million views a
I
month
need
at the
all the
moment.
subs I can get, bro. Like, everyone sub up right now. I need them all. All right, and I need proof, like screenshot that you're subscribed and send it so I know and I can check your work.
All right, man. I'll see you. I'll speak to you soon, bro.
All right, see ya, Ryan,
Cheers,
and
man.
bye, everybody. Thank you for everyone that watched it. You guys are rad. This was so fun. I hope you guys enjoyed and enjoyed watching two different Marines of the world interact with each other
Yeah.
as civilians with beards. All right,
All
see
right,
ya,
man.
dudes.
See you, man. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody.